Raiders good?
Yeah.
Good. Hi, CPA Joel.
Hey, CPA Joel. Hey, Joel, I got to share your contact info with Scott Gilbranson. He's got some questions.
Nice. Paul. Good morning, Paul. Paul? Raider Lorian.
Not quite the living room. We're in the dining room tonight. Close. Dining room, living room right over there on the other side of that wall.
Raider Mania.
Oh, yeah.
Trinidad.
Actually, that would be, oh, yeah, it'd be, thank you, brother.
Hey, brother. What you gonna do?
When Raider Mania goes wild on you.
Nice. Hey, John Ogle.
What's up, John? Yeah, if this were a little deeper into the show and a few more adult beverages,
Right.
I might have gone full Hulk.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite gifs. Is the one of Hulk Hogan just standing there holding the microphone. He's just going like this.
Yes.
And it's just him hanging out. All right, here we go. Welcome to another episode of Raiders Fan Radio. This is episode number 294.
Ooh.
Hey, it's Mike Garofalo, NFL Network here in the home office, and you are listening to the Raiders Fan Radio Podcast, taking that later journey into the with Murf, Swag Jeff, and Michelle. She's got great hair. It's a little pink, it's a little purple, whatever it is. I'll tell you what, if I could grow it, I would sign up for that color today. So listen to her and the entire crew as they give you all the information on the Raiders on the podcast that benefits the One Nation Foundation. It's a great cause. It's a great pod. Tune in, turn it up. Here it comes. All that Raiders info and takes coming at you right now.
Jackpot, baby. Raiders Fan Radio.
Oakland, LA, Oakland, Vegas, Raider Nation, wherever, forever. You got your old Uncle Mosh and Raiders Fan Radio from Murf's Man Cave, taking a lighter journey into the dark side. Sit back, put your feet up, pop a top, and enjoy the ride. Here we go!
Look left, look right, Koleknikov, a leaking pass, touchdown!
We miss you, we love you, and we'll see you in the Hall of Fame.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.
Way up the middle, intercepted Piano at the 50, high running down, Oakland football, and I think Oakland victory.
The Oakland Raiders have scored on the most zany, unbelievable, absolutely impossible dream of a play.
Well, I love this team. I think this team can win.
You are listening live to Raiders Fan Radio. Take it away, guys.
How about now? Can you hear me now, chat room? I think so. I think
Hello.
Yeah, I think it was just a button there. Hi, my name's Murf, and this is episode number 294 of Raiders Fan Radio, where we trust this will be a fantastic episode of Raiders Fan Radio. Appreciate everybody that is in the chat room tonight. We love you guys so very much, and I'll leave it to my buddy Swag Jeff to shout you guys out. But yeah, we are coming to you live from the dining room once again. The Fan Cave 2.0 is going to take us a little bit longer than we really wanted to. The space we were looking at, the new place, is maybe on life support at this point, and so we're gonna find another one though, and we're gonna get this thing going very, very soon. But we appreciate you, Raider Nation, so very, very much for hanging in there with us as we are the nomads of Raider podcasting. As we're in the dining room, we're at bars, we're at like the porch. Wherever we can find a spot, we're going to be in Michelle's fan cave in the very, very, very soon. So anyways, we appreciate you guys checking in with us here at Raiders Fan Radio. All right. So we don't do this show alone. I don't do this show alone.
Hell no, you don't.
Hell no, I don't. I do it with my two besties, and let's start it off by kicking it over to the man that adorns the left side of this dining room table. He is my best friend and yours. He is Swag.
We are back.
It's started in profile.
Oh my gosh, I'm fired up to be here. Man, football is back.
It's back, dude.
Football is back, man. Last weekend was the last weekend without football because we got Raider football coming up on Sunday, man.
Let's go.
And we're going to talk all about it. We're going to break it down. I'm so fired up. Murph and I will be in Las Vegas. And I mean, I'm counting down the minutes and the seconds. You know what I mean? But Murph, we don't do this show alone.
Heck no, bro.
No. So to my front right here, as always in the dining room, please welcome in Michelle Sweat.
Hi, Michelle.
Hey, guys. It's good to be back at the dining room table.
And we're the three best friends that anybody could have. We're the three best friends that anyone could have. We're the three best friends that anyone can have. And we'll never, ever leave each other.
How you doing, Michelle?
That's the best. I'm doing great.
Let's never stop doing that.
Let's
No,
never,
let's
never,
never.
ever.
Never.
No, listen. I'm so excited that football's back. Like that, we're head first into it. I'm ready.
Oh
I'm
my
so
gosh.
ready.
Absolutely. Good stuff there. So appreciate you being here, Michelle. Appreciate everybody that's in the chat room. Y'all shout out the chat room there, one of you guys.
Absolutely. We got Jay Jackson's in there.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah, absolutely. Miss Ebony Graves is in there. Paul is in there. Lee B.
Paul?
Damage Inc. is in there. Paul. Let's see. Kill Jadis. Tyrone Graves is in there. Ty Raiders in there. What's up, Ty?
Hey, we'll see Ty this weekend.
Absolutely, we will. CPA Joel is in there. Trinidad is in there. Let's see. Raider Rue is in there. John Ogle. Raphael Chassin is in there. Let's see who else we got in there. There was a couple of Yoshi, Raider Lorian, Sun or River is in there. We got the whole crew.
Oh my
man.
gosh, that's awesome, man. We appreciate you all so very, very much for joining us here for episode number 294. We've got a lot to get to tonight. So I decided to call this the Show Notes Show.
Oh, okay.
The Show Notes show. So when we do this show,
right,
I usually print off a lot of show notes, and we feature audio bites. And of course, we have a lot of discussion. And this show, when it's at its best, is conversational, and we're gonna have a lot of conversation around the Raiders. But I started going through my show notes, and I had like a stack of show notes with different stats and stories and all kinds of stuff. So I decided we're gonna forego any of the audio tonight. The audio is just going to be our three voices, and then we do have a voicemail to get to.
Okay.
And we're just going to talk about these show notes. I'm just going to throw these stories out to you guys. Chat room, we want to hear from you too. When I say conversational, I'm not talking about just the three of us. I'm talking about everybody that's in the chat room as well. We want to hear from you on this stuff. So we've got a lot to get to tonight. A lot of really fun stuff, of course, as we are now deep in the throes of training camp and of course the preseason looming this weekend, and cannot wait to be out there in Vegas and see so many of our good friends, especially to join the Raider Dad folks as we're taking, I think, 44 families now is what we're up to.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep.
Yeah, so good stuff there. That the One Nation Foundation has partnered with Raider Dad to take these young folks and their parental figures to Raider game, and got a big tailgate. It's just gonna be a lot of fun. Cannot wait to get out there and do that. So a little bit of housekeeping before we get to that. If you subscribe to us on the audio podcast, please check us out on the YouTubes. You can go to youtube.com/Raiders Fan Radio. Or if you check us out on the YouTubes, check us out on the audio podcast.
Yep.
You can do that by going to any audio podcast service, even your internet connected device, and just type in Raiders Fan Radio and do us a favor, hit the like, hit a subscribe, hit a review, hit the auto download. Any of those things that you do help support what we do around here, which is give all the money that we generate away to our nonprofit, which is the One Nation Foundation, where we're giving money away to folks like Raider Dad. We're giving it to the Bolitnikoff Foundation. We're giving it to amazing Raiders causes. And we have got some absolutely incredible things coming up. We got some amazing news today from one of our folks, and I don't know if we can announce anything yet, but I'll just tell you it has to do with the Silver and Black Today show and our buddy Scott Gilbranson. We've got some amazing things pending that is going to really rocket our fundraising up, and cannot wait to share this stuff with you guys. And so we are also raising money tonight for the foundation by giving away an amazing piece of swag. And since we've got a guy on the show that's actually named Swag, I'll go ahead and turn it over to him and let him and Michelle tell you about what we got going on. But we've got probably the sweetest jersey we've had this year. And we've given away some badass jerseys, but this one is freaking awesome, especially for you LA Raider fans.
Absolutely. Yeah. We've given away some really, really cool stuff, but this one kind of takes the cake with all those things because, Bo knows, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm rocking the jersey tonight as well. So we've got a signed away Bo Jackson jersey tonight. Every $10 donation tonight via Super Chat, or if you want to donate direct to onenationfoundation.net, goes to our PayPal. Hit us up in the chat. Let us know that you donated there as well, and we'll get you some poker chips into the mix for that, just like Yoshi just did with a $20 donation to our Super Chat. So, and that brings us to almost $400 for the night.
Wow.
Already, man. So here at the top of the show, I want to give respect to Oscar Delgado, Trinidad, James Williams, Daniel Mangus, Raquel Mostway, Ian Thompson, David Love, Big Shane, Raider Mania, Hooligan Nation, and of course Yoshi right there with the donations to kick off the night, man.
Let's go.
Man. Yeah, this is awesome. This is really cool. This is our kind of like final push via the Summer of Swag that we always do every year. This is it. I mean, we might see a couple little things peppered in throughout the season, but like this is our final big fundraising push, man. So if you have any extra money, if you want to tell a friend to tune in, join in, do this stuff, because it's all going to the One Nation Foundation, to folks like the Bolitnikoffs, to folks like what we're doing this weekend with Raider Dad. It's going to great causes. It's doing great work. So get in the mix with that, and you get a chance to win a badass piece of swag like this. Hey, I mean, what more do you want? It's good.
Absolutely. Good stuff there. So appreciate you all tonight. Appreciate all your amazing donations. Wowza. What an incredible compliment. You guys are the reason I'll always be a Raiders fan.
Aww.
Well, that's
thank you, Wowza.
You know what? I don't think enough of us to agree with you, but I will say this way. I appreciate that very, very much. That is incredibly kind. And, for the most part, we get a lot of positive feedback about our show. There are some pendejos out there that will give us some negative feedback.
Of course there are.
And I've got some tonight. We're going to get one of the segments that I've got. We're going to call it the X-Files because it's not Twitter anymore.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Right.
I like it.
The X-Files. The truth is out there. And so we've got some good stuff coming from the Twitters tonight. But anyways, one last thing I'll tell you about the way that you can support us and what we do around here. Actually, two different things. One is that if you can't contribute monetarily, that's okay, man. I understand times get tough, things get tough. All we would ask you to do is just share, tell your Raider friends, hit a like, hit a subscribe, comment on a video, any of that kind of stuff. It all helps us generate money through advertising, like our good folks, the good folks and our good friends at Caesars, who we've got an ad read for tonight. So that's all we would ever ask of you is just help us support that, because we want to support this right here. It's all about the One Nation Foundation.
Absolutely.
As much as we love doing Raiders Fan Radio is around nowadays to support the One Nation Foundation, because that money that you guys give and the money that we earn in advertising and merch sales, and we've got a new shirt out. If you check out our TeePublic site, any of that stuff, man, all goes to support great causes. And that's what Raider Nation's all about, man, is uplifting each other, helping out those in the community that need it. That's what we're here to do. So appreciate our buddy Graf Raider.
Hey.
What's up, Graf? We're going to see him this weekend. That's going to be
Absolutely.
great. See our buddy Graf. It's been a hot minute since we got together. I think it was maybe draft When was the last time we saw Graf? Was it the draft?
Yeah, last year's draft.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
the draft. Yeah. So anyway, look forward to catching up with him. So you can do that. The last thing I'll tell you is this: you can become a member of Raiders Fan Radio. So we're up to 23 members.
Oh, nice.
We're
Right
up to
on.
23 members of Raiders Fan Radio. If you're on an iOS connected device, you can't hit the join button. You got to go through like Safari or Chrome, I think, to go to your YouTube app to find the join button in there. It's not on the native YouTube app on iOS, but if you're on Android or if you're on your computer or whatever, you can just hit the join button there and get in that way. So appreciate all of you, all 23 of you, and Michelle. Tell them what they get when they become a member. Aside from all the cool emojis and chats and all that stuff, you're actually going to send them something.
Yeah. So I've created a block print that is just ink and lino cut, and so when you sign up, you have to send me your address though at Michelle at Raiders Fan Radio.
That's
and
M.
It's actually
C.
and 2 L's in Michelle. And I'll shoot it out to you. Only 2 people. I only have 2 addresses. And I know a couple.
One of them's Valerie, so just send me one.
Oh well, I'll sign
nice,
this one
nice,
and
nice.
get this
Yeah.
But
Actually, and I might be another one too.
oh well, yeah, right. I'll get you. Actually, you can have this. I'll sign it, and you can have this.
Thank
one.
you. Perfect.
But so you only. And if you said we have your address, just send me it again to my email so I can get these out to people. So
Absolutely.
that's it.
And that thing is cool, man. For those on the audio podcast, it's a skull there with some crossbones, a little shield behind it with RFR.
Yeah.
That is very, very cool.
And I'll sign it. This one, I do the block print and then I'll sign it, like actually sign it.
and like number
then,
it and stuff,
number
right?
it. Yeah.
Collector's
So-
items, folks.
Yeah.
Let's
That's
go.
it.
Let's
Yeah.
go. All right. So here at Raiders Fan Radio, we always take our episode number and we tie it back to something significant within Raider Nation. Now, usually, my best friend and yours, Swag Jeff, has this duty, but also, you said duty. But also, we have an assistant to the assistant, and since Jeff is so busy tonight doing poker chips already,
Yeah, I don't feel like doing it tonight.
the assistant to the assistant is going to take over, and so let's check in with our buddy T-Hom, and he's going to tell us what is significant about the number 294 when it comes to the Raiders.
Hey, Raider Nation, this is T-Hom, Swag Jeff's assistant to show episode numbers. Each week, Swag Jeff takes a significant moment in Raiders history and ties it back to the episode number. In his absence, I'm ready to step in. Well, this week for episode 294, we have 2 for you. For the first one, we go back to the year 1993 in the wild card round of the AFC playoffs. In that playoff game versus Denver, which the Raiders won convincingly by a score of 42-24, quarterback Jeff Hostetler passed for 294 yards and 3 touchdowns. Then we fast forward to the short Raiders career of quarterback Jason Campbell, who was the last free agent quarterback brought in by the Raiders and by Al Davis. In his Raiders career, Campbell had 294 pass completions. And that's it from the desk of T-Hom, filling in for Swag Jeff for episode number 294 for Raiders Fan Radio.
Hey, nice job, T-Hom.
Respect T-Hom.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Well, and although we don't feature his audio every single week, he sends me the shit every single week.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I emailed him and told him we don't give him enough respect on this show for the work that he does each and every week for that.
He's
Yeah.
putting
He
in
puts in
on
work,
that, yeah.
and he'll email me and be like, "Hey man, I'm up to like episode number 700." I'm like, "Jeez, dude." Okay, right on.
I'm going to be doing this show from the home at 700, man.
Yeah, right.
Welcome to Raiders Fan Radio. Yeah.
Hey, in respect
Hang on, I'll be right back after they switch out my catheter.
hey, tell me about your life. Hey, so
And that's just because it's Friday. Hey.
hey.
Sorry, go ahead.
So hey, respect to Sun or River with a €10 donation to the One Nation
nicely
Foundation.
done.
Yeah, much respect. Much respect. Tyrone Graves says, glad to catch a live show. Trucking time got me thrown off schedule. Here's my one chip shot. Bo knows I need a new 34 jersey with a $10 donation. Yep, absolutely. And John Ogle has become an official Raiders Fan Radio member. Ogle. So thank you, John Ogle.
All right. So send him an email to Michelle, Michelle at RaidersFanRadio.com. And get your RFR print there, and then also enjoy your green lettering, your badges you get.
Those little emojis are so cute. Those are
fun,
so
man. That's fun.
Those are cool. Those are cool. All right, so we appreciate you, Raider Nation. All right, I got an idea. Now that we're 30 minutes in?
Sure, why not?
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
That's pretty good.
It's a pretty short top of the show.
That's pretty good short top of the show. Let's go ahead and hit some contact info, and let's talk about the Raiders.
Woo! Woo! Hey, Raider Nation.
Hey, Uncle Mosh.
Old Uncle Mosh here with an updated
See you this weekend.
Info.
See him this weekend.
So sit up, zip up,
shut up,
and pay attention. You can call us at 909-345-3346, or as Murf would say it,
909-345-3346.
How about emailing me? You want to email me? Email me at show@RaidersFanRadio.com. Or what about reaching out to us on some of that social media stuff Swaggy likes?
I like it.
Try Facebook at Raiders Fan Radio Podcast. The Twit at Twitter
X
at Raiders Fan Radio. Insta something. Instagram
we'll have him redo it this weekend.
Raiders Fan Radio.
The tiki tiki doki dog.
TikTok at Raiders Fan Radio. Or what about the Twitch? Twitch at Raiders Fan Radio. Or if you don't like that, go to the YouTube. America, go to the YouTube. YouTube.com/Raiders Fan Radio. Oh my God, if that wasn't enough, go to your podcast provider and search Raiders Fan Radio. Holy crap, that was a lot.
Yeah, it was. Good.
Oh, let's go.
Maybe preseason, but we mid-season form on that one, bro.
On there. Oh, that was awesome. That was a good one.
Absolutely.
That was good. And I love now how the chat room is doing. Everybody's good in there. I love it.
Absolutely. Hey, so I want to give go ahead.
Raider Lorian asked it and says, how do we become a member with iOS? So I think if I remember right, and someone with iOS may know better than I do, I think you have to go to the Chrome app on your phone. I don't think you can do it with Safari. I think you got to go to the Chrome app in there, and then you'll find the join button. Will be on there. So check that out, and appreciate you asking Raider Lorian. And whoa, look at this.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Jerome Clemens. Bo does know and love the show, fellas, and of course Michelle with a 60.
Thank you.
That's a $60 donation. Amazing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jerome. That is so
Absolutely.
very cool.
Much respect. Much respect. And respect to, I want to give respect to.
Well, we're not in respect yet, but you want to.
Well, I want the pre-respect.
Okay, pre-respect.
Because it needs its own segment.
Okay.
I'm going to give respect to my daughter, Swag Charlie.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Swag Charlie, because she's watching live.
Oh, Charlie.
Thank you, Charlie.
Yeah. So, hey, I love you, Charlie.
Oh, then I won't say what I was going to say because I was going to make a dirty joke about premature.
Oh, guys, it was too. I'm glad I yelled.
Not in front of my daughter.
I'm glad I
Easy with that.
Hi, Charlie.
Hi, Charlie.
All right. Okay, you ready for this first segment? I'm going to spring a surprise on you guys. You ready for this?
Yes.
They don't know that this is coming, though. So my two fantastic co-hosts here in the building don't know this is coming. So this is a new segment. I don't know if this is going to be a frequent segment or not, but we're going to do something fun tonight.
Okay.
We're going to call this RAI Ders Fan Radio. So
Okay.
I went on to the Chat GPT.
I love Chat GPT.
And I put in there.
What the hell is that?
I said, that's the AI.
Oh, okay.
And I said, do a podcast segment in the style of Murf, Swag, Jeff, and Michelle on Raiders Fan Radio. And here's what it came up. So here's your script.
Okay.
Okay. So here's your script. So I highlighted your guys' parts. So Michelle's got hers.
Okay.
Okay. Now I've got mine. So this is a cold read, y'all.
Get the hell out of here.
This is
serious?
This
really is.
This really is. This is a cold read of what AI thinks Raiders Fan Radio sounds like. You ready? Here we go. Welcome, nation, to another exciting episode of Raiders Fan Radio. I'm your host, Murf, and I'm joined by the fantastic Michelle and always swagalicious Swag Jeff. Today, we're diving deep into the action-packed world of the Raiders training camp. Strap in, folks, because this is going to be one heck of a ride.
That's right, Murph. Training camp is where the real magic happens. It's the time when players hit the field, coaches fine-tune their strategies, and fans get a sneak peek at what's in store for the upcoming season. I don't know about you guys, but I've been counting down the days to this moment.
Oh, absolutely, Michelle. Training camp is like Christmas morning for us diehard fans. And you know what's even more exciting? We finally have some fresh talent, new draft picks, and free agent signings all ready to make their mark in the silver and black.
Spot on, Swag Jeff. The roster's looking strong this year, and I can't wait to see the rookies perform under Coach Gruden. Watchful eye. There's plenty of buzz around our first-round pick, and he's already turning heads in drills, except he's not on the field yet. I'm talking about none other than the electrifying wide receiver who's expected to be a game changer.
Oh, you bet. But let's not forget about the defense, folks. There's a lot of hype around our second-round pick, too. That athletic linebacker who could bring some much-needed firepower to the defense. I'm excited to see him going up against our explosive offense during practice sessions.
Absolutely, Michelle. Defense wins championships, and we need that edge to reclaim our dominance in the AFC West. And speaking of offense, how about the new running back addition? He's showing great potential during drills and could be the missing piece to our ground game.
Yeah, it's great to see the team address those critical areas during the offseason. But, you know, training camp isn't just about the new guys. It's also about our seasoned players sharpening their skills and building that camaraderie. I've heard Carr, and the receivers have been putting in extra work, building that chemistry for those clutch moments.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, Murph. The synergy among the players and coaches is vital for a successful season. And let's not forget the leadership of veterans like Waller and Crosby, who will play a crucial role in guiding the younger guys on and off the field.
You nailed it, Michelle. Leadership and team unity are what makes the Raiders special. And I can't wait to see it all unfold in the preseason games. It'll be a chance for rookies to prove themselves and for the teams to come together as a well-oiled machine.
Well said, Swag Jeff. And speaking of unity, I know we're all eager to get back to Allegiant Stadium, cheering together as one Raider Nation. It's been a long time coming, but we'll be there, loud and proud, supporting our team like never before.
Absolutely. The return of fans is going to add that electric atmosphere we've all missed, and I'm sure the players will feed off that energy, giving us an even more unforgettable season.
Raider Nation, we're in for one heck of a ride. The season is right around the corner, and training camp is only the beginning. So buckle up, put on your favorite jersey, and get ready to unleash the silver and black fury.
That's right. And before we wrap up, let's give a shout out to all the loyal listeners who tune in each week to share our passion for the Raiders. We appreciate your support, and we can't wait to bring you more exciting coverage as the season unfolds.
Thank you, everyone. And until next time, just win, baby.
Just win, baby. Raiders Fan Radio signing out. Can I tell you?
Hold on. It said then, and then it said, cue this.
Pour on the power, pour for the glory. This is the story of what you're made of. Beef gives strength, it helps you through it. Beef gives strength, it helps you through it.
Beef in a balanced diet. It's one of the best sources of protein, iron, and B vitamins going for a whole new pride in strength.
Beef gives strength, helps keep you going. Beef gives strength from inside. Beef
puts pride in your body.
Oh my gosh, that was fun.
Hey, I'm going to tell you, man, AI puts on a better show than we do.
We just do that every week.
I'm telling you, man, I can't read an email worth of shit when I read the hell out of that. That was a great ass show.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know, AI certainly talks about the Raiders more than we do.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Oh my gosh.
That was fun.
That was dope.
What's up, baby? She says beef is great. Oh, man.
Beef is great.
I love it. Mojo is in there going. Mojo says, make this end. Stop this blasphemy. The lizard people now own RFR. This is a dark day.
No kidding.
Amazing. Oh, that was fun.
Oh my gosh.
Goodness.
Yeah, there
That's
you go.
amazing.
Welcome to Raiders. RAI Fan Radio. Tyler Raider says RFR goes NPC. Ice cream so good. That's awesome.
Goodness.
Oh man, I love you guys. I thought that'd be kind of fun to play with. So
that was fun.
I put into it. I said, tell me about Uncle Mosh. and it said that he is the boisterous co-host and co-founder of Raiders Fan Radio, and like this whole thing. I'm
nice.
GPT
is
not wrong.
It's interesting.
So Joel said it stopped harvesting data after the draft or before the draft. That's why it was a little dated in some of the stuff there. But outside of that, it was
interesting.
Pretty freaking close.
Yeah.
Pretty freaking close. All right, so here at the top of the show, let's give a little bit of respect. We don't do props. We don't do shout outs. There's nothing wrong with those things.
No.
Yeah, but we're Italian. We like to give a little bit of respect.
Murf, Swaggy J, Nation. It's time for a little respect. You know, respect ain't bought, it ain't sold, it ain't demanded, it ain't negotiated, it's earned. And without blowing smoke or giving shameless plugs, we want to say salute and much respect to the following folks.
Welcome to Raiders Fan Radio, where we talk about lizard people and bat babies. Yeah, baby.
Oh my God.
Tyrone Graves just says, I smell pepperoni.
I don't know what it means.
I don't know what it means, but I like it.
Oh my gosh. Well, go ahead, Michelle.
No.
Hey.
I was trying to figure out what that meant.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know what it means. All right, so here at the top.
Don't tell us about your life, Tyrone.
Yeah.
You like it sliced. So let's here at the top of the show, let's give a little bit of respect. First off, I want to give just a quick little bit of respect.
Oh, beef, maybe. No,
'cause
that's pork.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry.
I don't know.
My bad.
Oh, Storm says I'm eating a pepperoni stick right now.
Oh, wow. He smelled that through the chat.
There you go. Pretty funny.
Whoa. It's a scratch and sniff show.
Oh, because of the Italian music.
Oh.
Read the room. Read the room.
Hey, Tyrone, we're a little.
That's good job. We are a little.
We're a little slow if you can't tell. Yeah, sorry about that.
Now I want pepperoni. That's all.
He's like, look, you three idiots. I have to explain my joke to you. You're the goofy, ones playing the Italian music. Anyway.
Absolutely. Hey, so I want to give respect,
but
right here at the top, to our good buddy CPA Joel with a $100 donation to the One Nation Foundation.
Wow.
Absolutely. So 10 poker chips to our good friend CPA Joel for the Bo Jackson signed jersey.
Cow.
Yep.
That's awesome, man. Thank you so very, very much, CPA Joel. Wow, that's awesome. That is awesome. How much? Do you know how much we're up to yet? We're probably up to like $500-$600 already, huh?
Yeah, we are at just $640.
Oh, nice.
Hey,
Let's go,
keep the
guys.
donations coming, bro.
Jimmy commented that he gave 20 through PayPal. I don't know if that
Jimmy
was earlier.
Zebach?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't get it.
Okay, he said sent 20 through PayPal.
$660.
Hey, thank you, Jimmy Zebach.
Yeah.
Appreciate you,
that
my
was
friend.
back in the chat a while ago.
Awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
good deal. Thank you. All right, here we go. So, to the top of the show, I want to give respect to the group of 5 guys real quick. Holy crap. Wait. Let me finish. Let me get through some stuff here and then shout that one out. We had a monster in there. Dan Ogle hit the PayPal too. That's incredible. So Dan Ogle did. So we'll get to that. Research that while I'm talking.
Let me go back.
So group of 5 guys, that is our good buddies. You know him as QB Jeff around here. He hosts a podcast called The Group of 5 Guys where they cover the group of 5 schools in college football. So not those big Power 5 conferences that are going absolutely apeshit right now with all these changes, but the smaller schools. And in this case, we were out at the Blue Raiders practice today. And I produced the show for them for not only Jeff Murphy, QB Jeff, but also his co-host Matt Sprouse. And those guys do an awesome show. If you're into smaller program college football, definitely check out the Group of 5 guys. And we had a blast today. Interviewed Coach Stockstill, interviewed athletic director Chris Massaro. Like, just had a really cool morning out there at MTSU and saw these guys, these young men playing football. And it's funny when you get around like a Division I program like that, even in a smaller school like what MTSU is. These guys are big, man. You get around, and so at one point I took the camera and was like going like right around like where they were practicing like full speed 7-on-7s and stuff, and I was able to get they got full access with the whole thing, and I was able to get right up in there. It's crazy, even the speed at that level, man. It's bananas. And so, anyways. Appreciate those guys for having me out there to help out with that. Next up, I want to give much respect to our good buddy. You haven't heard him here on the network in a hot minute, but you're going to hear him again soon. He is the host of Silver and Black Flashback, which is the other show we feature here on Raiders Fan Radio. He is our good buddy, Rich Schmelter. I want to give Rich a lot of respect because he's got a new book out. We originally got linked up with Rich because he wrote a book called The Raiders Encyclopedia, where it basically had a running history of the Raiders from 1960 to 2010. And it was the entire history of that 50-year period. It's an incredible book, and check it out. His new book, for those of you on the audio podcast, I'm holding up the picture here. It is called Championship Diary, Super Bowl 18. Los Angeles Raiders versus Washington Redskins, January 22nd, 1984. That is by Rich Schmelter. He will be back doing new episodes of Silver and Black Flashback, but in the meantime, let's support him. I asked him how we could find his book. I haven't heard back from him yet. I'm assuming it's probably in Amazon or whatever else, but definitely support him. And listen to this, and this is why I really want to give him a lot of respect, and I want to give him a lot of thanks, man. Rich and I have had a lot of conversations. We've interviewed him a couple of times. We've had conversations offline. We trade emails all the time. He's just a super, super good guy, and for whatever reason, he thinks the world of us. And this is in his acknowledgments section in the book. It says this, to the incredible host of Raiders Fan Radio podcast, Murf. Murf interviewed me about my Raiders Encyclopedia I wrote years earlier. And through that interview, I was given the chance to have a show on Murf's network called Flashback, dedicated to famous and infamous moments in Raider history. Thank you so much, my Raider brother, for believing in my on-air abilities.
Yeah, let's go, dude. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
He's a sweet man. He's the nicest guy. And I'm in print.
Right?
I'm in a book.
Yeah.
Hey, that's so fun. So anyway, so we appreciate you, Rich Schmelter. Appreciate that very, very much. One more I'm going to give to you, and then I'm going to throw it over to Swaggo for what's going on with the donations, and then go ahead and take us to a break. And then we really are going to get into talking about the Raiders after I give you a Caesars read. I want to give respect to the Raider Dad folks. I want to give respect to Josh Kamenite, and also all the local outlets in Las Vegas.
Absolutely.
He's on local news. He's featured in the Las Vegas Review Journal. The Raider Dad charity is all over the local media down there in Las Vegas.
Oh, good.
So not only respect to Josh, but much respect to those media outlets for giving him a platform. When you give platforms to people with nonprofits, when you have a big platform, and then you give it to little folks, not little folks, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It makes such a massive difference. And I'll give you an example. With our exposure for our show on Silver and Black Today by Scott and Mo, giving us that platform, having me go on there with them, after games and talking about the One Nation Foundation, it has skyrocketed the amount of participation that we have, not only from a monetary perspective, but just an overall awareness of what the One Nation Foundation is and all that. So when you feature Raider Dad on the local Channel 3 or put him in the newspaper,
right?
It's such a massive thing. I think this year, Raider Dad, next year, they're going to go through the freaking roof. They're one of those charities.
100%.
I think, and I really, and I'm going to speak this over them, and I hope that this is the truth. I hope the Raiders, at some point with the Raiders Foundation themselves, as much as we love being a part of it, a real life thing, like something as big as the Raiders Foundation could take what they do into the damn stratosphere. You could be taking hundreds and hundreds of kids to a game. While we're amazingly proud of what the work they've done this year, and the 44 kids, let's take 1,000 kids to a Raider game.
Right?
100%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Man. Let's go.
And I think by doing that and by having that local media presence, I think that stuff could be on the table for them in the near future. And so much respect to them, much respect to local media. Appreciate you, and a great, great work out there by Josh and Raider Dad.
Absolutely. And Harry Ruiz had him on his show.
There's another one
on the JT the Brick show and all that stuff.
So
it's not only local stuff.
Harry's awesome, man.
Harry's amazing,
Harry's
man.
the freaking one of the coolest guys in media we've met. I mean, he's up there with Scott.
I'm so fired up that like at the Bolitnikoff event at the Crab Fest this November, we're gonna like have a seat right next to Harry.
Yeah.
Like, we made the main room.
Yeah, we've actually So we've graduated from just an invite to a side piece to the main side hallway thing to now we're right in the mix, right there, and in the event, right next to Harry Ruiz and like all the official folks and stuff.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, you know, we can use Harry Ruiz to get some extra interviews coming in because they'll stop there and then they'll stop at us. So much respect.
Talking to Marcus Allen, send him on over.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So much respect to Harry for talking about that, but much respect to all these other folks here in the chat that are donating and all that kind of stuff because it's folks like you that allowed us to give and be a part of Raider Dad, which we're going to celebrate here on Sunday to be a part of that. So I want to give respect, of course, like Michelle said, to Jimmy Zebach with a $20 donation via the PayPal. Much respect to Intel, our good buddy Intel, good friend of Graph's, a $100 donation to the One Nation Foundation.
Thank you.
Absolutely, and then Yoshi, who has already donated once tonight and said cheers to the best Raiders show out there with a $10 donation as
Thank
well.
You, Yoshi. Thank you, brother.
Absolutely. Hey man, we're like $40 away from $800 already. Here at the top of the show, right? You know, so much respect. Keep them coming, man. This is an awesome night.
Awesome, man. And y'all lock in because I think this might be a long one. We might be. I don't know if it'll be a 3-hour, but it'll be close to a 3-hour show.
Absolutely.
A 3-hour show. But yeah, we're gonna hey, let's seriously, like, it's gonna be a minute, so we're gonna be here for a while.
Yeah, settle in.
Get you a drink.
Grab another drink.
Settle in, because we got a lot to talk about. Because so a little bit more about this weekend. If you're gonna be in Vegas this weekend, hit us up. We're gonna be around Allegiant Stadium all day Sunday. We'll be getting to the Raider Dad tailgate between like 10 and 10:30. We'll be parked there for about an hour. We'll be hanging out there.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my gosh.
Damn.
Wow.
Hey, I hate that. Hold on, Taylor. I'm going to let you finish. Taylor. But hey, he said, let's push it over that. What do you say, Raider Nation? Intel with another $100 donation.
Gosh.
Come on, Intel.
That is insane.
Come on, dude. Let's go, man.
Thank you.
Wow, holy cow.
Incredible.
Very, very much. All right, well, see, I got it. Now I got to derail again. Yeah. Your money, so kind, that money's going to go to, you know about Raider Dad. We talked a lot about them, what they're doing tonight. Also, the Bolitnikoffs. Even if you don't win anything that we give away, know that your money is going to go to support the rehabilitation of young women that are at risk of domestic violence and substance abuse. Not only do they rehabilitate these young ladies by giving them safe places, but they teach them, domestic skills. They counsel them. It's the Bolitnikoff Center of Hope and Tracy's Place of Hope, it's a full start to finish thing. It's not like they just bring them in and then send them back out into the world. And so no matter what, your money is going to go to causes like that. The Raider Dad folks taking young folks to a Raider game, allowing them to connect with the team, with their parents or whatever their parental figure is. It's incredible work that these charities are doing, and that's where all of our money is going to go. So I cannot thank you guys enough, man. It is so kind. And dropping, whether it's a $10 donation or hitting a like or $100 or $200, I say this all the time when we have these big fundraising nights. We could spend an hour telling you how much we are thankful and sharing our gratitude with you guys. Yeah. I hope you know that no matter what, this means so much to so many people way beyond us. But since we're the ones with the chuckleheads with the microphones, then we're the ones that are going to be here to say thanks and represent that gratitude. And so I can't thank you guys enough. And it just it blows me away every time.
And speaking of being blown away, man, I mean, a guy like Intel that just dropped $200 to the One Nation Foundation just throws in there and goes, "Hey, man, if I win tonight, just keep the jersey and we'll do it again next time."
Oh my God!
I mean, come on, man.
Crazy,
when you think of Raider Nation, you think of family, man. And I mean, and what more do you want than that? I mean, literally, I get chills, man. And Jerome Clemens, who already donated $60 tonight, said, "All right, I need at least a full 100 in here, so another $40, man." Wow. That puts us over $900 for the night, man. Holy shit, man! This is unbelievable. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Joel said, "Let's go over 1,000 before any real Raiders content."
Hey,
you know what?
We're $30 away.
You know what? That would be a new one.
No,
huh?
right?
That would be
That's
a new
incredible.
one. That would be new. Oh my gosh, so amazing. All right, Swag Jeff, go ahead and hit a break here, and I got the Caesars.
Absolutely, please.
Oh, I forgot to tell it I was going to talk about the
You're
this
listening
weekend.
to the Violator.
I'll tell you that.
And I'm live on Raiders Fan Radio. Where you at, baby?
All right, so Caesar Sportsbook is we got a promo for you for Raiders Fan Radio listeners. New Caesars customers get your first bet on Caesars up to $1,250 on any sport. Raiders fans in Colorado and Arizona, we have an unbeatable NFL preseason offer for you from Caesar Sportsbook. New customers get their first bet insured up to $1,250 by using our code RFRFULL when signing up. Not only will your first bet be completely insured, but you'll also be directly supporting the One Nation Foundation. So if you haven't already joined Caesar Sportsbook, now is the perfect time to make your move. Just remember to enter our code RFRFULL during sign up and place that first bet. This offer is only available to new customers who are 21 and over and physically present in Arizona or Colorado. Hardcore Raider and Jay, we're talking to you. Please gamble responsibly. If you or a loved one has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700 or 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Check the episode description for full terms of the offer.
Hey Raider Nation, this is Max Crosby from the Oakland Raiders.
And goes down, and Max Crosby, who forced a fumble last week.
Jay says, I hear you.
Mosh and Swag Jeff on Raiders Fan Radio. Thank you so much. Just win, baby.
Hey, and I just heard from CPA Joel, who's dropped some money into the PayPal. He said, count me in for another $100 donation.
Goodness.
Absolutely. So, hey, man, we are over $1,000 already before we talk about anything Raiders. So, hey, get in the mix, man. Hey, if you tuned in late, where the hell were you being, man? Because you missed a whole lot of shit. So we are raffling off this signed Bo Jackson jersey for the One Nation Foundation. If I can ever unfold
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. It's a beaut, man. It's the reason why I'm rocking the same jersey tonight. So if you
keep it up there for a second.
Oh, yeah, please. So if you tuned in late, get in the mix. Every $10 donation, whether it's onenationfoundation.net using our PayPal or the just a super chat, whatever, every $10 donation gets you one poker chip into the running to win that guy. And like we just said, we're over $1,000 already tonight, bro. What?
That's
what?
unbelievable.
I mean, we're probably going to set a record tonight, right?
I don't know.
Holy cow, we're barreling towards it, dude.
Yeah,
Come on.
Wow, that's insane.
Come
Appreciate
on.
you all so very, very much. Incredibly kind. All right, so real quick, one last bit of housekeeping. I promise we're going to talk about the Raiders. So if you're going to be in Vegas this weekend, Sunday, we are going to be all over Allegiant Stadium all day long. We are going to be at the Raider Dad tailgate between about 10 and we're going to get there about 10:30, and we'll be there until about 11:30. So if you're in Vegas, go to Lot H. We're right next door to the Black Hole tailgate. So come on through. If you see us, please say hi. We love meeting up with folks. We love meeting up with anybody that's familiar with our show. It is so fun. It is so fun to take pictures and just shake hands and give hugs and just, you know what I mean? I love, that's one of my favorite things is being able to meet the people that we interact with so much online. And so if you see us there, please check us out. Come up to us and say hi. If we see you in the stadium, and then also we're going to be going live with Silver and Black today as soon as the game's over. So we'll be down there by the Twitch Lounge and look forward to going live there. So anyway, so check us out this weekend. And even if you're just in Vegas for the weekend, like holler at us, like let us know. Like I think we're going to link up with. We've heard from Graf, and we know him and his crew. I think a lot of those guys are going to be in town. Charles Woodson is going to be serving Woodson whiskey at the Mandalay Bay Bar at 2:00 out there at the pool. Me and Swag will be out there. So if you want Saturday at 2:00, go to Mandalay Bay Beach Bar, and we'll be there hanging out, getting Woodson whiskeys from Charles Woodson.
Tell Charles I said, what's up?
Absolutely, we will.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So anyway, so that's
our good buddy Charles.
Yes, yeah. First name basis.
Yeah, we know a guy.
Yeah, we're broskies, man.
That's
We're
right,
broskies.
that's right.
All right, here we go. Let's talk about the Raiders.
Man, I've got certain information, all right? Certain things have come to light, and, given the nature of all this new shit, this could be a lot more complex. I mean, it might not be just such a simple,
What in God's holy name are you blathering about?
Well, I'll tell you what I'm blathering about. I've got information, man. New shit has come to light.
All right, so got a few news, well, more than a few news stories, and this is why this is going to be the show notes show, because I've got a pile of show notes.
Got all the stuff, huh?
I got a pile of show notes. So one of the things that the NFL Network, I should say, has gotten to do over the past, I feel like it's been going on about 4 or 5 years now. They do the NFL Top 100 list, where they poll, I believe it's all the players in the league, and they ask them to list out who they think are the best players in the league. And so various Raiders have been on this list over the years. I think Derek was on it 2 years ago, maybe. I know Khalil Mack, I believe, was like one of the first years they did it. I'm pretty sure Khalil was on there.
Yeah.
There have been a handful of Raiders. Well, 3 Raiders made the list this year. So it went a lot. Now, usually we'll get our guys, in the first part of it or whatever, we'll kind of see them in the 40s or 50s or whatever. We didn't get anybody until number 17.
Right on.
There was 0 Raiders.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, because I look at every time the list comes out or the show comes out, like I look for it immediately to see what Raiders would be on the list. And I was kind of surprised. I'm like, I thought maybe I don't know. I know Hunter had kind of a down year last year, but I don't know. I thought maybe even Marcus Peters or something would end up on it. Although of course he's kind of coming off a down year too, but I don't know. I was just expecting maybe Colton Miller, and somebody that would be on there, because we knew certain players were going to be on it and they should be high. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the 3 people that are on there, have you guys seen the list?
I haven't.
You haven't?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Jeff, you've seen it. Okay. Michelle, you want to guess the 3 players and maybe the order that they were in. So I gave it to you already. The first player was at 17, the first Raider player on the list.
The 2 that come to mind first are Devontae Adams and Max Crosby.
You'd be correct.
One, am I minimizing our other players? Those are the only 2 that are really coming to mind.
2 are currently on the roster, one's not.
Oh, Josh Jacobs.
Yeah,
Okay. He was not in my mind because he's not on the team. I mean, he's on the team, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But so those 3. That makes sense.
So, okay, who do you think was first?
Devontae Adams.
No.
Oh, Max Crosby.
No.
Oh, Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs was number 12 on the list.
Oh, wow.
Josh Jacobs comes in just outside the top 10, right behind Aaron Donald.
Oh.
And after him at number 13 is Devontae.
And then Max
shocked.
Crosby. Yep. Wow, that is shocking.
And then Max at 17. I thought for sure that Devontae would be number 1.
Yeah. That would have been my
He's
first
so
thought.
revered around the league. I saw Tyreek Hill today was on NFL Network, and they were asking about who the players are that he thought were the best wide receivers in the league.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, different guys do different things. And he named off a couple of guys, and then Devontae was the third one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's... You know what I mean? He's in that every single conversation,
right?
Of being the best player in not only on our team, but the best player in his position in the freaking league,
right?
You know what I mean? So the fact that Josh Jacobs beat him out, I mean, that was really interesting to me. And of course, so Josh is the number 1 running back on the list. And there's only 1 wide receiver. No, actually, I take that back. There's 2 wide receivers that are ahead of Devontae. I mentioned Tyreek Hill. He comes in at 7, and Justin Jefferson is number 2.
Oh.
Yeah, that kind of shocked me a little bit.
Is it because he's a young guy? Because Devontae's been around a hot minute.
Well, he's been around. Well, and Justin Jefferson, he's the flashy guy, right? So so you remember all that hype with Odell Beckham after he made that infamous catch, whatever. Well, Justin Jefferson had a very similar one against the Bills last year. So I mean,
I
get it.
Those crazy Madden type, know what I mean?
Sure. Well, and Devontae's also in silver and black.
Yeah,
well, that's true.
And which lowers your standing as far as the NFL.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true. If he was still Green Bay, he would have been top 10.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Josh is the number 1 running back. Devontae is the number 2 wide receiver.
Okay.
Max Crosby is the 3rd edge rusher. You guys want to take a shot? You may know this already, Jeff. You might want to take a shot at who it is.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
So you've got number 1 running back is Josh Jacobs.
Right.
The 2nd wide receiver, number 2 wide receiver after Justin Jefferson is Devontae.
Right.
Max is the 3rd edge rusher on here. So there's 2 ahead of him.
Okay. So edge rushers, that would be, is it the Both of the Bosas?
Pretty close. Pretty close. So Joey Bosa is on the list. Now, this is just edge. We're not talking about defensive tackles. But yeah, Nick Bosa is number 4 on the list. And then you've got one more in there, number 9. And this made sense to me. I mean, I don't agree because I'm a Raider fan.
TJ Watt.
No, you got Micah Parsons. From the Cowboys. And he's a freak, man.
Yeah,
I get
insane.
it. So I kind of get that one. But I mean, of course, I think that Max should be higher. But
he'll be higher this
he will
next
be.
year.
He certainly will be.
Because he's defensive
He'll be
player
higher.
of the year. Absolutely.
Absolutely he is.
Yep, absolutely. So Raider Rue almost had it on there. He said he guessed Myles Garrett. And then Joe, but I don't know. Let's see where Myles Garrett ended up on here. Let's see. Okay, he's at number 20, Rue. So he's right after Max.
Okay.
So they're all right in there, 1 through 4. So that's a really, really good guess. Intel says Parsons was a linebacker, though. I know. I think that too, because he does stand up sometimes, but I think they've got him down. Again, this is the players voting.
Yeah.
So, but they've got him listed on his position.
Khalil was always listed kind of as a linebacker too.
Wasn't he the only defensive player of the year that ever played 2 positions, right? Am I saying that right?
I don't know.
Might be. Didn't he get DPOY at linebacker? And because he had a hybrid position. I think I'm right.
Sure.
Chat room will know.
Yeah, they'll
Chat
know.
room's our football brain. They know more about this shit than we do. But I'm pretty sure that's the truth.
Oh, and Niner Sickness Podcast, thanks for joining in, says it's Nick Bosa, not Joey Bosa.
Yeah, I said Nick Bosa.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. They both got big noses and all that stuff. It doesn't matter. Same.
Same.
It just doesn't matter.
It just doesn't matter.
Raider News Today. Salute Murf, Jeff, and Mish.
Hey,
I haven't heard Mish yet.
Mish.
Mish.
Haven't heard Mish. All right. So
we got Mosh and Mish.
Mosh and Mish. Yeah.
All right. So we appreciate you, Raider Nation, joining us here. We're just kind of going through some show notes. Okay?
Well, yeah.
Show notes.
All right. So I've also got some more show notes for you here. The Raiders released now their first official. Raider Nation News Today. It's Hammer. That's right. I always forget Hammer changed the name of his show. I'm used to having it see it say
Hammer's House.
Hammer's House.
There it is.
Yeah.
Y'all keep changing your name and shit.
Yeah.
It's like when Graf jumps in and he's OLV Raiders Network.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I'm gonna start joining their shows and just be like, Bill Murray or something like, hey man, it's Swag Jeff, don't you know? Pick a name, bro. Much love and respect.
Yes.
I love you guys, man. I appreciate you joining us in there. All right, so the Raiders released their first official depth chart. Okay, and there's some things in here that kind of caught my eye. All right, so here I'll give you Jeff, do you know who the starting safeties are listed on the Raiders depth chart?
The starting safeties?
Yeah, free. I'll spit it out. Free and strong.
That would be Marcus Epps and Trayvon Merrick.
You nailed it. That is 100%.
Of course you did.
Was that surprising to you to see Marcus Epps be the starting strong safety on the list?
Not in the slightest.
Okay, all right, good.
Because he was one of the starting safeties in the NFC champion.
There you go.
The end.
Absolutely. But there's a lot of conversation around there about, I think for whatever reason, Raider Nation was underwhelmed by Marcus Peters signing with the Raiders.
Who was underwhelmed by that?
I think a lot
you're
of people.
right. I
Don't
heard
you
a
get
lot
that,
of
Michelle?
things. Yeah, and I thought that was huge. But yeah, I've seen some lackluster responses about it. I don't. Yeah,
Like people are say a lot. Well, the Raiders have failed to address a lot of the needs in the secondary, and I'm like,
yeah.
No, did they? So then backing up Merrick is Isaiah Palamau, who's gotten a lot of
heat.
And then Jaquan Johnson after him. But then as far as the Strongs go, Marcus Epps, Roderick Teamer, Chris Smith II.
Okay.
So I'm thinking Chris Smith is going to work his way up that list.
Yeah, I think he might beat out Teamer for that spot, for that backup role.
I think so too. All right, here you go. Starting corners. Mm-hmm. This was very interesting to me too.
Okay.
Because we all have talked a lot about how Nate Hobbs at best, or when he's at his best, plays inside and plays that slot. Nate Hobbs and Marcus Peters are your starting 2 corners.
They've got Hobbs on the edge.
Hobbs on the edge with Ja'Cory Bennett backing up Hobbs. Here's another one too, where I think Ja'Cory Bennett makes his way up this list quick. Our buddy Mo Moten on Silver and Black Today has said, I'm going to keep saying the name Ja'Cory Bennett until he's a starter. I think he's right. I think that by the time we get to mid-season, our secondary, when it's at its best, will be Ja'Cory Bennett and Marcus Peters on the edges and Nate Hobbs playing the slot. I think that's where we're really going to do well.
Yeah.
After Jacorian Bennett, you got Tyler Hall. After Marcus Peters, you got Brandon Faison. No David Long Jr., no Duke Shelley, no a lot of these guys that we've been talking about.
Sure.
But Amik's in there also behind Brandon Faison. So I think Amik's going to get some run too. I think he's going to get a good shot at it.
Sure.
There's going to be a lot of competition though for that back half of the secondary.
Yeah.
There's a lot of competition.
Yeah,
going on
but you know
That's
what
good.
but you know what I'm really
good, Michelle. I'm with you.
it's great. And you know what I'm really loving out of that secondary group is that you've got a couple of these veteran guys that have come in and they've already got some of the young guys under their wing, man. So you've got and if you saw McDaniel's presser a couple days ago, he was talking about how like Marcus Epps and Trayvon Merrick are like connected at the hip right now.
Oh, really?
You see them walking around the facility.
yeah, I've
They're
heard
walking
that.
around
I hear that,
together.
yeah.
I mean, you've got Marcus Epps and Trayvon Merrick walking up to McDaniel's like at lunchtime between practices or whatever, and they're talking ball with them. They're talking about schemes and all these kind of things. And then you could say the same thing. I've heard stuff about Marcus Peters hanging out with Jacorian Bennett and like teaching. Marcus Peters is teaching Jacorian all these different things, which is awesome. And then just to throw in a little side note with Marcus Peters, which I think is amazing. I mean, Marcus Peters may be one of the most Raidery Raiders we've had like in a minute. Not only did he grow up as a Raider fan, so he came out in a presser and was talking about his dad. Right. So, I mean, he grew up a Raider fan. So, his dad grew up a Raider fan too. And he goes, my dad's, he's never worn one of my jerseys because he's a Raiders fan.
Oh,
and he goes, but
I
now that I'm
put his dad on the respect
he
segment.
goes, but now that I'm a Raider, now my dad can wear my jersey for the first time. So much respect. Kudos that he's repping his son, but more kudos to Mr. Peters because that's some Raider shit, man. Hey, respect to my son, but F you, go Raiders.
That's right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's badass.
That's badass, dude.
That's badass.
I'm with you. That
And
was
it's 24.
It's
right?
And he's rocking
So,
24,
I
man.
like that. Listen, Charles Woodson, that's my guy. So, and I feel like Marcus Peters can really give the respect that number deserves. So, yeah, I'm excited about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's the legend of 24, man. Absolutely. Can't wait for that. And it's going to look good on him.
And hey, respect to Uncle Mosh, who was in the chat right now.
In the chat.
Uncle Mosh, yeah, he is. Absolutely. Respect to our good friend, the legendary, the one and only Uncle Mosh.
That's awesome. That is awesome, man. Cannot wait to. So, Uncle Mosh.
And Silver and Black Today's in there as well.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
We got the who's who among Raider
we
Nation.
do.
You know what I mean?
Man, got the All-Star, the All-Pros, I should say.
Mosh is concerned about the twin thing, though, but we could be Mish and Mosh, like Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I'll be Tweedledum. I don't mind that.
But y'all don't look alike.
That's true. There's that. Yeah.
Y'all look just a
don't think
little
we'll be
different,
mistaken
Michelle.
in public. Just a little bit, though.
Silver and Black today. Jeff, you and Murf have to color your beards to match Michelle's hair.
Hey, if we set a record tonight for the One Nation
Dude,
Foundation
yeah.
via donations, then okay.
Deal.
Yeah.
Deal. We'll do it.
Yeah.
Oh, your thing fell again.
Oh, no.
That's all right.
That's all right.
That's all right. This is what you
Just
get when you do these mobile
roll
shows.
through it. That's right.
It's almost appropriate because
I was gonna say,
you're in the
yeah.
This represents my feelings about not being able to sell my house.
At least the wall's black.
Oh,
though,
yeah.
so
That's true. At least the
there's
wall's black. That's right. So appreciate everybody in the chat room tonight.
And
That's
respect to Raider Craig, who says excited for football to be back. Go Raiders with a $10
same,
donation
Craig.
to the
Thank
One
you, Raider
Nation
Craig.
Foundation. So
With you.
we're rocketing past that $1,000 mark. So keep those donations coming
incredible.
for that Bo
Guys.
Jackson, man. Come on.
So good. So anyways, appreciate you all very, very much. And if you want to see Uncle Mosh, you can see Uncle Mosh live at the Raider Dad Tailgate.
Bro,
This Sunday,
let's go.
Uncle Mosh will be with us. Cousin Sonny will be with us.
Absolutely.
We're going to have an absolute blast out there. And so definitely check in with us.
Also, the Raider Dad, if you follow them on Facebook, he lays out the tailgate and I think you can buy a plate of food and there's a lot of things happening. So he lays it out specifically the things you can do to get where the tailgate's at, all of that. So
perfect.
that I saw that on Facebook earlier. So he's got a pretty in-depth description of how the tailgate's going to play out and where you can go and how you get there, all that jazz.
There's going to be Jay's Gourmet out there.
Yeah.
We're going to have Texas Roadhouse he's got out there. Going to be a lot of good food and a lot of good fun. And so anyways, look forward to seeing you out there. Raider Loco says, one of my favorite parts of the show is Uncle Mosh saying, you want to email me? That was pretty good. And then Paul in there says, your thing's dropping, Murf. Pause.
Hey.
But appreciate you, Raider Nation. All right, let's keep going through this depth chart here. This is fun. This is a fun one, Michelle. This is the linebackers.
Okay.
You got Robert Mickey Spillane starting at outside linebacker. You've got Divine Diablo in the middle. And then Luke frickin' Masterson on the other side with, so rookie Amari Burney is going to go in for Masterson. I have a feeling Amari Burney is going to be one of those guys that will make his way up the depth chart also because he's such a good cover guy.
Okay.
And we need somebody to cover Travis Kelce.
Oh gosh! Oh my gosh!
You know what I mean?
That name just my eyes twitch when I hear this. So anybody that can take care of that clown, I'm in for that. So whoever that guy was, I'm not learning all these names yet because I always wait till we go down to 53, and then I really start paying a little more attention to positions and all that.
And this will change so much.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, but anyone that can cover that, yeah. No, literally, that's exactly how I feel about Travis Kelce. Like, so anyone that can take care of that fool, please.
Amen.
We'll take him.
I mean, no more 4 touchdown for 25-yard performances, please.
Please, no more dancing around and just fumbling around and then making. No, please, shut that shit down. Like, please.
Absolutely brutal. Travis is
brutal.
Yeah, he's like. It reminds me of like. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna mess up on it. It was like when LaDainian Tomlinson kind of had our number. Who's the guy that was the running back that scored on like 3 screen pass touchdowns for the Chiefs? Help me, Raider Nation.
When was this? Recently?
No, this is like going back to like early Derek.
Yeah.
I want to say like
Jamal Charles,
yes,
maybe?
That's who it was.
Okay.
That's who it was. It was Jamal Charles, man. Yeah, and I think there was one game, and tell me, Raider Nation, if you guys remember this. There was one game, I'm pretty sure it was 3 screens that went for touchdowns, and they were like 60-yard screens. Like it was brutal, man. It was absolutely brutal. Yeah, I love it. Jamal Williams says Jamal Charles. There you go. Yeah,
there you go.
It. Yeah, so it's that was rough. Okay, so going back to the linebackers, Jeff.
Okay.
Spillane, Diablo, and Masterson.
Yeah.
Are your start. Okay, Amari Burney, I think, who's
rotational piece. Good rotational piece.
Right now behind Luke, so maybe comes in on 3rd down.
Sure.
Right? That's your 3rd down guy.
And I'm telling you, I think that's the Kelce guy. I think you might see him in a lot of coverage situations against Travis Kelce because those are all the highlights we saw from him in Florida. His signature play at Florida was like this diving, beautiful interception right at the goal line to like seal a win and stuff like that. So I mean that's perfect, and that's what they drafted him for. I mean late in the draft, and he's a backup linebacker that late in the draft. Like, okay, sign me up. Deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. And then so you got Darius Harris and Darren Butler.
Okay.
Butler is going to back up Diablo. And then 3rd on the depth chart, we kind of rooting for this guy a little bit.
Drake Thomas, dude.
Let's go, Drake Thomas.
I'm telling you, man. Hey, that's a steal, man. Because that's your guy. Like he can run in and blitz, man. And like he's only like 5 foot nothing. But like but
he's a sneak. He plays big, as the kids say.
He's a dog.
He's a dog.
He's a dog, man. And I'm all about it, man. Let's go. Why not?
Absolutely. So all right, continuing down the depth chart on the defensive side. Your interior linemen,
yes.
You're going to have Jerry Tillery and Bilal Nichols.
Okay.
I think that's solid with John Jenkins and Adam Butler backing them up.
Yep.
On the edges, no surprise.
Of course.
Chandler Jones, Max Crosby. Malcolm Kuntz is listed behind Crosby and Jordan Willis, which I think that will change real quick once Tyree Wilson
100%
comes back and being healthy. And hey, by the way, if you're freaking out because you're a Raider fan, and that's what we do.
Of course.
But if you're freaking out that Tyree Wilson is not on the field yet, it's just like Jimmy G's foot and the whole, the days off. These were calculated moves. Now, I'm not defending Josh McDaniels or Dave Ziegler by telling you they're making the right choices. But I will tell you this, we don't know if they're making wrong choices yet. We got to wait and see how this stuff plans out. But at a minimum, this is the part of the plan. They knew Tyree Wilson was coming in. He was coming in recovering from a foot. They've got a heavily invested player in Chandler Jones. It's not like we have an immediate need at that position. I think Wilson's going to work in slowly, rotate in for Chandler, and then maybe by midseason, we see him taking more and more snaps. But really, this was like, and the guys in Silver and Black today, shout out Scott and Mo, said it perfectly. This is a 2 to 3 year play.
100%.
This is a play by a
could
coach
not
and
agree more.
GM that are secure in their role, knows that they're not dependent on winning this year to keep their jobs. This is a move that's going to pay off. And it might start paying off this year, but I think the expectation is it for really start to pay off in year 2 and year 3. So
yeah, 100%. Well, I mean, and you just look at, we're from Middle Tennessee, if you're new to the show. So I look at kind of like the comparison that I would make to a guy like Tyree Wilson will be a guy like Jeff Simmons, the interior guy for the Tennessee Titans who, slipped down the board because he had some injury problems. He was injured right at the end of his senior season, right before draft time and stuff like that. And so like that guy, just like Tyree Wilson, during some of those first pre-draft kind of things, like some of those mock drafts or whatever, some people had Tyree Wilson going number 1 overall.
That's right.
Way up there. And same thing with Jeffrey Simmons. And then he fell down to the middle of the first round or something like that. And the Titans were like, okay, we'll take that. We'll play the long game on that. And I think that's what the Raiders are doing here.
Arguably the best defensive tackle in football.
Absolutely. Besides maybe Aaron Donald or something
Chris Jones.
Or Chris Jones or something like that. But yeah, so you got to look at more long-term here. Everyone is, talking about, well, imagine how good this D-line would be if we had Jalen Carter, which, yeah, I don't disagree with you. Jalen Carter would have been an excellent addition, but Tyree Wilson is an excellent addition. And just because he's not at training camp right now doesn't mean that he's not an excellent addition. And, Chandler Jones is getting up there in age too. So, when Chandler Jones decides he wants to hang it up, Tyree Wilson's going to be right there.
That's what I think.
And then,
they're just going to work in.
And he's going to work in on the interior too.
That's true too, because he can play inside.
Yeah.
This is not, and again, I feel like I'm stealing lines from the Silver and Black Today guys. This is not Cleveland Farrell 2.0.
Ooh, right.
We overdrafted Cleve Farrell.
Right.
Cleve Farrell wasn't expected to go until maybe late in the first round.
Yeah.
So we way overswung on that. Like Jeff said, at one point, Tyree Wilson was considered a number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
We did not overswing for him. So it's a completely different scenario. So comparing him to the Cleve Farrell thing.
Yeah, they're playing the long game. We're all wanting to win now. They're thinking, how do we build something that's going to last? Not just be a one season thing.
Right.
So
Amen. Absolutely. All right. So at fullback, any guesses?
That would be Jakob Johnson.
There we go.
One and only.
Absolutely. Nothing like a fullback wearing the number 45. That's my favorite. And I love it. So he talks so much shit.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. So
love a good shit talker.
Right? So he's from Germany and Jermaine Illuminor is from England, right?
Yeah.
So these guys give each other shit constantly on Twitter.
Aren't they like roommates too whenever we travel?
They're best buddies. But one gives them shit about being English and the other one gives them shit about being German, and they make fun of each other's food, and it is so funny. I love those two guys and they're dynamic. At running back, number 1 on the list, Zamir White.
Hey.
So let's go, man. And Amir Abdullah is backing him up. Amir Abdullah is obviously more of a pass catcher. I think this is Zamir White's. Mosh would always shout out Uncle Mosh. Would always say, "Down goes Bledsoe, in comes Brady."
Yep. Next man out.
The old Wally Pipp, Lou Gehrig. Sports is littered with examples of people that go down for injury, and the whole idea of you can't lose your job to injury, bullshit. You can, and you can also lose your
100%.
job by not showing up.
And
when you open up the door for somebody like Zamir White, if Zamir White balls out in the preseason, it's going to do 2 things. It's going to, number 1, not motivate the Raiders a whole ton, not as much anyways, to negotiate a 1-year deal with Josh Jacobs. But don't you think it's going to put a little pressure on Josh Jacobs to get his ass back in the building? If Zamir White starts going ape shit, especially against the Niners, if the Niners have any of their ones in on defense, the Niners defense is phenomenal. If they got any of their ones in there and Zamir White shows up big in this Niner preseason game, I know it's the preseason and I'm not getting all crazy here, Raider Nation, but I'm telling you that it wouldn't be the first time we've seen a running back turn heads in the preseason. And if I'm Josh Jacobs, you're going to support your teammates and you're going to root for each other, but Right, Michelle? Like if Zamir has a good performance, it's going to add some pressure to Josh Jacobs to get his ass into camp. Otherwise, he runs the risk of losing his freaking job.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's that like calculation. Like obviously you want to bet on yourself. You know you're the best in the business, but also you can't leave that door open so much that someone else takes the opportunity, because this is such a huge opportunity for him to just show his ass and really just make some plays, and then it's a little more, maybe we just run with this and then, save a little bit, a lot of money, like, I mean, there's a lot of, I don't know. You really got to bet on yourself that's a tough decision.
I couldn't agree more. I really think that, if I'm Josh Jacobs, I'm kind of hoping that Zeus shits the bed,
Right.
because if Zeus does well, it's going to devalue Josh Jacobs a little bit. And I love some JJ8.
Yeah.
I love Josh Jacobs. One of my favorite Raiders ever. You know what I mean? He's great, but if Zeus is out there balling out, and kind of like you said, if there's any of those ones, especially on that D line for the 49ers during that first preseason game, and Zeus starts doing well, like, holy cow, Josh Jacobs needs to be on the phone with McDaniels and Ziegler going, Hey,
remember me?
Hey, you up? You know what I mean? Like one of those late night texts, like, hey, bro.
Talk?
Hey, yeah, can you talk? Where you at? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. So, I mean, and if it hasn't already been devalued a little bit anyway, and this stuff with Saquon and stuff like that, signing his deal, I mean, JJ's kind of like, one is the loneliest number. You know what I mean? Like, he's kind of on an island by himself now. I mean, he's the only one holding out. So, what are you doing, bro? Come on, let's go.
I don't see there's no way. This is the part about the business side of this. Look, he's going to be in camp, or not in camp, but he'll be there for week one. Regardless, I think, of what Zamir White does.
I hope so.
I think it puts additional pressure, of course, to maybe renegotiate to get in sooner if he has a good game, like, say, against the Niners. But ultimately, here's what it is, man. Like, and this is the Le'Veon Bell thing. And this is what, and you listen to Le'Veon now, we'll tell you what the biggest mistake. There is a such thing as opportunity cost. And if the Raiders have Josh Jacobs' rights for 2 years, the end. It doesn't matter anything else. The Raiders are not going to rescind the tag, which is, again, silver and black today, guys.
Yep.
It's a ridiculous sentiment. It doesn't make good business sense on any level. So that's never going to happen.
Right.
They're going to retain his rights for 2 years. But if you're Josh Jacobs and you sit out for the entirety of the year and you leave $10 million on the table, now, with whatever you do going forward, you have to assume that you're going to earn above and beyond whatever the market is going to dictate by $10 million before you break even. So at a minimum, he's going to have to freaking earn
$22 million, right?
Like,
it's impossible.
Never going to happen. It's just, there's no, look, like you just said, I love Josh Jacobs. Michelle, you love Josh Jacobs. We all love Josh Jacobs. But at the end of the day, the market is determining the decision-making here. The Raiders are not doing anything irresponsible. They're doing exactly what they should be doing. They're not the bad guys in this. Josh isn't the bad guy in this, but it makes zero sense for him because he has zero leverage. There's nothing for him to do. He can't strong-arm the Raiders in any way other than saying, okay, well, then I'm not going to be there. All right, well, that ain't
next man up.
Next man up, man. And it's just, it sucks. And I wish it were something, I wish it were different for these young men.
Yeah. Well, and I've heard some rumbles out of camp that, like, some of the leaders, like a Devontae Adams, he's not thrilled that Josh ain't there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
sound like it.
It doesn't sound like it at all. Like, I understand, and Devontae understands the negotiation process and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, he's like, hey man, I'm one of the leaders and you're one of the leaders. I need my dude. Yeah. Like, where are you at?
Yeah.
If you're gonna wind up here anyway, like, because he knows, kind of like what you just said, like, Josh ain't gonna walk away from 10 mil. You know, I mean, it's just not gonna happen. So, he's like,
get your ass in a camp.
If you're gonna come, just
and it kind of sends a message to the office too, like, hey, we want this guy in the building.
That's true.
Like,
That's true too.
Send a message to him and to them. Like,
sure,
fix it, basically.
Absolutely. Well, and I think that it's almost like there's duality to their messaging.
Yes.
In that they're telling them, like, we want you in the building. You're a leader. You're a dog. We love you. But also we understand how the market works too. Like we've heard that from Devontae. We've heard that from Max Crosby. We've heard these from the leaders of the team, like Jeff said. So, like, I mean, I think that, when it comes to those, but those guys, not only are Devontae and Max, they're kind of like, I don't want to say they're untouchables, but they're the face of the organization at this point. I think Marcus Peters is going to become that quickly too. But those guys, so they kind of can say that. And it really does send a message. You know what I mean? Where you got other guys in the locker room, like Zamir White ain't going to say shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It holds weight, a little bit of weight.
Yes, exactly. All right, so continuing down the depth chart here, and we'll close this thing up. No surprise at quarterback, obviously. It's your boy Mitty G, as Mo calls him. And so your 3 starting wide receivers: Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, Hunter Renfrow in the slot. No surprise there.
Yep.
With Trey Tucker backing up Hunter.
Hey, dude.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Dude, I'm fired up for this guy, man. That Trey Tucker dude, and I think we're going to see an ass load of him on Sunday at the Niner game. I'm telling you, man, that dude could be special, man. He's a speedster. He's a guy. I mean, I've seen people comparing him already to like Tyreek Hill or something like that, like just a short, speedy kind of guy that gets down the field that makes stuff happen.
Get up and locate the ball, and because that's the thing about Tyreek is that he plays way bigger than his size.
100%.
Like that dude can high point the ball.
100%. I'm like, out of all of our rookies, like I'm almost more fired up to see him than anyone else because if he shows out, like what does that mean? I mean, what does that mean for a guy? I mean, it could change the dynamic of the team. You know what I mean? Like, I would hate
to. Dangerous for Hunter.
It's dangerous for Hunter. So okay, iron sharpens iron. Okay. Ding, ding, ding. Let's go. You know what I mean? Like, who's going to win it? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, they're both going to make the roster, obviously. But, like, who's going to win that starting spot? You know?
Who's going to win the starting spot and who's going to be on the trade block? And that's it.
Hey.
You know, there's still that talk. And, like, I don't think so. I think there's even if you have Trey Tucker, even if he just goes nuts and turns into a rookie of the year candidate, I still think that there's a place for Hunter in this offense. Like I still,
of course,
think about that. If you have a guy like Trey Tucker that all of a sudden like starts to demonstrate that he's a freaking, that he's a beast, right? Then you're gonna go 4 wide. Okay, who you covering? Oh yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you could almost say that you'd have 3.5 number ones out there at that point because we've seen Hunter play number 1 before.
Sure,
you know what I mean, and he can do it. So, anyways, that's gonna be fun to watch. All right, last up here. Left tackle, we got Colton Miller, no surprise. Dylan Parham is your left guard. Andre James, Jermaine Illuminor is at right tackle, not right guard. Vic Taper. Right guard is your buddy, Alex Bars.
Yeah, and it ain't going to be him. It's going to be
Van Roten.
Van Roten.
That's where I think a lot of people are thinking is that it's going to go to Van Roten. Thayer Munford Jr. has also played very well this camp so far at right tackle. And so that's going to be interesting to follow. So I think I don't think this thing is a done deal yet. I think that we've got some more maybe maneuvering. We'll see when people start cutting down.
Yeah.
People start cutting down to 53 and these injuries start to happen.
Sure.
Like is there just one more cut left to 53 or is there
only make one cut this year.
They're
going from 90 to 53, like in one swoop.
Ooh.
Yeah,
that's going to be.
They used to go
tough.
to 75, and not now.
Right? Okay.
Not now.
Wow.
Yeah, they're just going for it now. So that's going to be interesting to watch. All right, so good stuff there. All right, Swag Jeff, go ahead and hit a break, and then we'll get into the next bit of show notes.
Okay.
Nobody enjoyed a good Donnybrook more than 6th-year linebacker Phil Villapiano.
I love a good Donnybrook.
I love it.
This is Phil Villapiano, and you're listening to Raiders Fan Radio.
Talk about it, Swag Jeff.
So if you tuned in late, where the hell were you? So we are raffling off this signed Bo Jackson jersey. It is a beaut, man.
She's a beaut.
Oh my gosh, maybe could be one of the coolest jerseys we've ever raffled off here. And it's all going to the One Nation Foundation. So if you tuned in late, every $10 donation via Super Chat, or you go to onenationfoundation.net, donate right there and let us know here in the chat, and we'll make sure you get your poker chips going. We've got 24 people that have already donated tonight. So much respect. And we are at $1,100 right on the nose, dude.
Wow.
$1,100. So our record is $1,500.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
let's keep it rolling.
Do with that what you will, Raider Nation, but 1,500 is our goal, and we're at $1,100 tonight.
Did
so
you get the silver and black today?
I did.
Okay,
Yeah,
so make sure,
I did.
that was
I got
okay.
that. And
All right.
and Lee B had hit me up as well with a $6 donation in the super chat and said, "Hey, I donated $34 on the PayPal, and then $6 here to cover the rest of it."
You, Lee.
Thank
you so much.
So $40 from Lee B as well. So
Thank you,
yeah,
Lee
so
B. Thank you
$1,100
so
right on the
much.
nose, man.
Thank you.
It's all going to the One Nation Foundation. Why not?
Yeah,
Let's go.
that's right.
Yep.
That's awesome. All right, are you a fan of 90s sci-fi? Well, if you are, then let's go ahead and dig into the X-Files.
All these years we've been deceived. Decade of my life of being led by my nose through a dead end. We've never been in more danger. Are you ready for this?
I don't know there's a choice.
We have a small problem. They've reopened the X-Files.
This is just the beginning.
All right, thanks, Elon. Changing Twitter to X. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into the X-Files, and this is what we're gonna talk about what's gone on in the world of Twitter when it comes to Raider Nation this week.
Scary place.
It is a scary place. I gotta tell you though, there are some good folks. There are some good follows out there.
Yeah.
Like I love Mo Moten is a great one. There's a ton of them. There's a ton of great Raiders fans and follows out there.
There are.
Listeners to our show who I follow, other content creators I follow, and
Pepe in Vegas.
Oh yeah,
love that dude.
Listen,
Pepe.
he's a must follow. Yeah,
he is so freaking funny.
Yeah.
I love Pepe. Yes, he's the guy. He's the one that goes, "I'm the only Democrat, liberal, ultra MAGA, Hispanic, white supremacist that's ever existed," or something like that. Like it's so funny. Like
his account has been suspended like I think 87 times.
Yeah,
he's like everybody comes after me. He's like, I offend everyone. I love that. I love that guy. Okay, so one of my favorites is OG Todd.
Sure,
I love OG Todd. He's the big, huge, buffed weightlifter guy with the Al Davis tattoos and everything. And he's great. He's a great follow on there. So this is what he had to say, and this is interesting to me. He came up with this tweet, and it says, and he's OG Todd Wick on there is his tag. He says, "Raider Nation, I know we are used to everything going wrong, but what if everything goes right? What if Jimmy G balls out? What if 28 is their week one? What if Tyree Wilson is a baller? What if 24 has a Pro Bowl season? What if Jacorian Bennett plays great at cornerback? And what if our D-line is elite?" And I'm like, damn, I don't know, Todd. What if? I'm like, that's awesome though. Like, and that got me kind of fired up.
Lighter side journey shit.
I want to believe so bad.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Like, I
do.
Well, and it's funny because I feel like we've had these moments before where it's the old like, why not us kind of thing. But like there's something about that, man, that like I love to hear, I love to hear an optimistic take. Like
few and far between.
Right? It really is. Everybody's out there anticipating.
Yeah.
Hey.
You know what I mean? But but it's like I love this idea that there are people out there still that can be optimistic. And the reason why I tell you this, nobody in Raider Nation is accepting mediocrity. None of us, we all want winners. But to automatically default into Josh McDaniels sucks, Dave Ziegler doesn't know what he's doing, Jimmy G is broke, whatever all the different narratives that you want to come up with. By coming up with those things in August, I think it's a misfire. And we all need to be more like Todd. We all need to be a little more optimistic until there's a reason to not be. Then the day that Jimmy G breaks his foot again, we go 0-4, then Tyree Wilson doesn't play a snap this season. All right, fine. Then I'll be there bitching with you too. But until those things happen, let's not anticipate. Yeah. Let's have some hope. Let's have a little bit of optimism because like he says, what if these things could be good too. And I know Raider Nation is so conditioned here lately to be, we are pre-programmed for failure because that unfortunately is what this franchise has given us for the past 20 years, aside from a couple of blips on the radar. So I understand why you're like that. But at the same time, so are the Bengals forever. And now they're one of the best teams in football.
Yeah.
Sure.
So are the Buffalo Bills forever. Now they're one of the best teams in football. Like, teams go through bad streaks. They go through time. And all it takes is 1 or 2 or 3 players. All it takes is Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase turn a franchise around.
There you go.
We don't know what Tyree Wilson's going to be. We don't know what freaking Chris Smith is going to be. Those might be the 2 guys. Maybe they turn this around. I don't know.
Aiden O'Connell's turning heads at training camp.
There you go.
You know?
Yeah.
Who knows?
It only takes a few big hits. It only takes a Max Crosby to turn around your defense. Like, I'm telling you guys, like, let's not freaking be.
Well, yeah, because I mean, if you start with your bar on the floor at the beginning, like before preseason even starts, where the hell are you going to go by the bye week or whatever? Like, you're going to be down bad. Like, you really every year have. And I hate it. It sucks, but you have to clean the slate, and you got to dig deep, guys. Find that optimism, because this, as frustrating as it can be, it's still got to be fun. Like, make it fun. Figure out how to make it fun.
That's the thing. It's supposed to be fun.
It's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to hurt.
Well, and you know what? And even even when the Raiders are bad, it's still the Raiders.
It's still the freaking Raiders.
And I know that the 3 of us in this room and so many of you out there, I promise you, everybody in the chat room, ain't nobody bailing out during football season. I know you get frustrated and, and don't throw stuff at your TV. Or you know what I mean? Don't get all crazy and be mad at your kids. It ain't their fault. You know what I mean? But like, you know what I'm saying? Because like, what are you doing in here? You know what I mean? Like, get out. What are you doing? Yeah. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are,
unless the last time you slapped your kid, we won. Slap your kid. No, I'm just kidding. Don't slap your kids. I do not endorse this message.
But,
don't do that.
But like, don't be mean to your spouses. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Like, I'm sure Lamont's been in the crosshairs on game day.
I have to ask for space. Like, when we lose on a game day, he knows. He knows just to let me sulk.
Sure.
Go on the back patio, compose
Leave your
myself,
voicemail to Raiders Fan Radio.
Leave my voicemail to Raiders. Yeah, like he
before Michelle joined the show, she left some amazing, amazing voicemails.
Yeah,
from the
and I would
porch
have to
out
go outside to do it, because I was like, this is so embarrassing, but I have got to get this off my freaking chest. Like, so yeah, like, it happens, but regroup, bring it back together.
Absolutely. And and listen, and there are some of you, and I don't have it here, but there was somebody that I found on the X also, so we're staying in theme here. I don't have the note on it, but it was somebody, and listen, I've not necessarily campaigned against, but I've tried to bring a lot of awareness to some younger Raider fans, because I understand the drought that has been for the past 20 years. And so I understand that, as I got called online, an old fogey. I get it that old fogies like me remember what it was like when we were literally the greatest team in team sports.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. And I get that there is a generation that is far removed from that. I sympathize with that. But listen, as I told this young person on Twitter, Raider legacy ain't hard to find. If you truly have a passion for this football team, you can find our winning tradition just by going on YouTube, just by going onto the Raiders website. Learn about some of these classic players. Learn about all the greats. Learn about the Soul Patrol and Gene and freaking Art Shell and Snake and Foo and Kick 'em in the Head Ted and Marcus Allen and Matt Millen and Ted Hendricks. I mean, I could go on and on and on.
Sure.
It is not hard to find. Learn about Art Powell, who's on the ballot to potentially make the Hall of Fame this year. It is not hard to find the legacy of winning in this Raiders organization. So if you're not willing to do that as a younger fan, that's fine. But this whole announcing your departure from Raider Nation on Twitter, stay gone. Don't come back.
Bye.
Bye. And stay gone when we start winning again. Because as I mentioned, in team sports, these things go through cycles. Eventually, we're going to start winning again. It might be 10 years from now. But don't come back when we start winning 10 years from now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look,
Truth.
And I don't begrudge. Look, you want to leave. I'm not going to. No one's going to sit here and patrol your fandom.
Right.
No one's going to tell you should
I question it.
I question it.
Yeah, I'll question it, but I won't control it.
If you're going to say, I'm done with this because of Josh McDaniel, Oh, this is the thing that turned
Right.
you. Right. This is the thing that put you over the edge. Norvell Turner didn't move the meter.
Act like you've been here before, bruh.
Like Mike White didn't move the meter for you.
Right.
This is the guy.
Yeah.
Lane Kiffin putting just Sebastian Janikowski up there for 76-yard field goals. No, that didn't turn you off. But freaking Josh McDaniels and his unproven track record still, that's the thing that got you? Like, give me a freaking break, man. It's so stupid and pisses me off. And so anyways, if you're gone, fine. Just stay gone, though.
Yeah.
Don't come back. We don't want you.
Well, and that's one, and you told me that when I became a Raider fan. So for those of you that are new to the show, I've been a Raider fan for what, 4 or 5 years now? 5. Yep. So, okay. So, and you said, hey, you've kind of been a traveling fan of different teams and stuff like that. You haven't landed at home, and we'll welcome you into the nation. But once you're here, don't leave. This shit is for life. And if you're bouncing out after whatever, okay, then you were never a fan to begin with. You love wearing the shield just like a lot of folks do. But, if you're not here for life, then you were never here to begin with.
That's it. That's the thing.
End.
That's right.
That's the end.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Gianluca Morelli in there. Been a fan since 84. 19...
There you go.
Amen.
Yeah.
That was a great year. January 22nd, 1984 in particular. So good stuff there. And, if you can't tell, we're passionate about this stuff.
I know it's hard, though, for young. Like, my youngest is 20.
Talk about that.
Same
with mine.
Listen,
you and I both have 20-year-olds.
Yes,
And Vinny's 17. Shit.
So their whole existence as in Raider Nation has been miserable, with a few flashes here and there. And you really... sometimes I feel bad for Devin because he's like trying to ride hard with his mom, come on, let's go. But
talk about the first time you took him to a game.
Oh, the Atlanta game. Oh, God. Kevin was there. That's the first time I met Kevin. And it was the worst game. Like, I can't even remember how terrible it was. Obviously, we made great memories. We met a lot of really cool people, but that was the worst. That's the only Raiders game he's ever been to. Was that shitty Atlanta game.
Where you literally had nothing to root for all game long.
Nothing to root for. And we had to wear, we were in masks. Like, it was miserable. Like, it was miserable. Sure. And so we're just sitting there like, oh my God, this is so bad. This is so bad. And that was it for him. That was the only Raiders game he's been to so far.
And so I could see it. I could see if he's struggling.
Like he would be like, man, why are we doing this, Mom?
But he's not going anywhere.
No, he's not going anywhere.
He's going on Twitter going like, I'm out. Every time we see him, he's wearing Raider gear.
He still wears his Raider gear. Even after that game, he still wore his Raiders gear. He's ride or die. He's in it at Lamont too. Like, because he married into it. I was not going to get married to
Lamont
anybody.
Ain't got a choice.
He don't have a choice, because it really was. I will not marry somebody. Thank goodness he really is just a college football fan. So he was like, all right. And so he's, got all the gear, and I just buy everybody stuff, and they all just are in it. They're in it forever, though, because what the hell? You don't just jump ship.
No, absolutely not. And, and I would say this too, that like, if I am a younger fan, is that because look, I was born in 1973.
Sure.
I came out of the womb in the wheelhouse of the Raiders being the best team in football. At times. I know Miami at times, Pittsburgh at times. Yes. But they were right there in it in terms of being the great. They win a Super Bowl when I'm 3 years old. They win a Super Bowl when I'm 7. They win a Super Bowl when I'm 10. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sure. I get it. Like, so like it was easy for me as a kid to form my fandom. Then as a younger man in the early 90s when Art Shell brought the Raiders back, and Bo Jackson, speaking of what we're giving away tonight, was doing Bo Jackson stuff, and Hostetler was playing great, and James Jett and all these, I get it. And then you got the early 2000s. Like, I've had 3 different distinctive eras in my Raider fandom, and you could even throw in the 2016 team as well. 4 distinctive eras of my Raider fandom where the Raiders have been amazing. So I get it that I've got a different vantage point and a different reference point. That said, to any of you young folks that are out there that do feel discouraged, and I'm going to shut up and move on after this. Any young folks that are feeling discouraged about it, when it does pay off, it's going to be better than a freaking Cubs winning the World Series.
Yeah.
Truth.
It's really going to pay off for you, because I'm telling you, this isn't going to last forever.
Yeah.
It rarely does anything in sports. Eventually, the Chiefs are going to suck.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? It
Sooner.
may take 15 years for Patrick Mahomes to start to get the decline.
Yeah.
But eventually, he's going to. eventually, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like eventually
the tides will turn.
They will.
Yeah,
Father
they
Time is
always do.
undefeated. Like
Right.
it's undefeated. And so when it does finally turn, it's going to feel that much better for you. It's going to, that's, look, and that's a story of sports, man. Anyways, I'll shut up now. Everybody loves a winner, and I get it, but hang in there, guys. Hang in there.
Sure.
And you can't lose with Raider Nation anyway. So even
That's
if the
the
Raiders
other
are losing,
thing.
Raider Nation, everywhere you go, every game you go to, even I see Raiders fans. I'm driving, got the big shield on the back of my car. I'll be driving down the road, and people will come up honking, waving.
I do
Raider
it. I
Nation,
do it every
yeah.
time to any
Me too.
Raider sticker I
and
see
we're
or
out
whatever.
here in Tennessee.
Yep.
And it happens all the time to me. So Raider Nation, at least find your group that's wherever you are, and you'll win every time.
That's a great call out.
Yep.
Great call out.
Well,
Raider-
and every Raider team is different, right? So as Raider fans, sometimes you got to have a short memory. Last season was
yes,
tough.
you do.
But this is a different team. We got different people. We got different, all this and that.
Yeah.
Be excited about
Yes.
this season. Be excited. Obviously, yes, we remember our past. I mean, our past is our best times. You know what I mean? But 2023 is a new season. We haven't seen these guys put it together as one unit. So be excited until they give you a reason to not be excited, instead of just being like, oh, woe is me. Oh, this is going to suck. Maybe it won't. Maybe something nice will happen. You know what I mean? Like, give them a chance. Give them a chance.
Right.
Why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah.
Be excited.
Absolutely. All right, let's get back in here into the X-Files. I've got a couple
yeah.
more for you before we move on here. So this is funny. So kind of what we're talking about, right? We're being optimistic, okay? So I asked people all the time, like, please give us a review, right? On the whatever podcast service you're listening to. Shout out Ty Davis.
Yeah.
Hey, we've had a bunch of people.
Quite a few, yeah.
We've had a bunch of people.
Let me get through this and then
Yeah, go for it.
and
Go,
then
go, go.
shout it out. All right, so we get these reviews and stuff. We ask you guys to review us, and so so this guy wrote on here. He gave us a 3-star review.
Out of five? Out of
okay.
five?
Out of 5.
Okay.
Give us a 3-star review.
Okay.
And he says, not so much fan radio as Raiders state-run radio. Raiders talk through silver and black colored glasses. Okay, so he takes a pretty good shot at us there on the thing. And this is where the
That
X-Files...
sounded like a compliment to me, but through silver and black colored glasses, yeah, that's
Oh, right.
sounds like a compliment.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Good point. Good point. So our buddy, so I put it out there because our buddy Jack from Bussin' with the Boys, he put up a tweet of like one of their good reviews and bad reviews, like back to back. And one of them said like, this is the best pod ever. And the other one said, you guys suck. And he wrote the duality of man. And so I put this out there and I said, hey brother, we're right there with you. And I put his and then a 5-star review that says best pod in the world. You know what I mean? So it's literally like back to back. Anyways, so shout out Chad Mixon. At Chad Mixon on the X says this, and I appreciate this, brother, because you said it better than I could have. What do people expect from Raiders fan radio? Screw being critical. Be a fan of your favorite team. It's in the darn name. If you want criticism or sometimes trolling, go check out Josh DeBow. If you want honest talk, go check out Silver and Black today.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chad Mixon.
Absolutely, 1000%.
Couldn't have said it better. And it didn't even really click with me that like, yeah, no, we're not going to apologize for being optimistic. It's in our freaking title. So shout out to him. That was good. All right, I got 2 more for you, then let's get out of here. Swag Jeff, hit a break and then tell us about what's going on in there. Okay, so Vic Tafer. Vic's had a little bit of a rough week on the X. Some of the stuff that he's saying is coming back on him a little bit. One of the things he says this week is don't sound the alarms, but go ahead and locate them. Jimmy went 1 for 7 with 3 dropped picks in a scrimmage to close out practice. Okay? Matt Mayoko, shout out Matt Mayoko, who's a Niners reporter, comes on here. He's a Niners reporter for NBC. Says, this brings back memories of the craziest practice I've ever seen. Garoppolo threw 3 interceptions on 5 consecutive pass attempts on the team's final day of training before traveling to Denver, where they will practice Friday and Saturday against the Broncos. The teams met up on Monday night in a preseason game. Jimmy Garoppolo took every snap that season, and the Niners advanced to the Super Bowl.
Oh,
there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Let's not sound the damn alarms because of what Jimmy G is doing in practice. And then speaking of Jimmy G, I've got one more for you. Okay. All right. This I thought was very funny. So This guy writes, do people forget, this is talking about Jimmy G.
Okay.
Do people forget that he had a defense that could make up for his turnovers in the season? He didn't have to do much because his team was stacked, and they still are, especially in those playoff wins, as well as with wins as well. His team in San Francisco was good everywhere. Okay, so he's making the point that Jimmy's not all that great, that the defense and the rest of the Niners team took them to the Super Bowl that year. Our buddy Tier, speaking of people to follow, he's at Tier Raiders 22. Our buddy Tier says this to the Jimmy didn't do much crowd in 2019. He had a 69% completion percentage, threw for 3,978 yards, 28 touchdowns, 13 picks, but had a 102 passer rating. The same people will tell you, well, Derek Carr had MVP votes in 2016. Remember how good Derek was? Yeah. Best season of his career?
Sure.
63% completion percentage, 6 less than Jimmy G. 3,937 yards. I don't do math, but I love numbers, and I'm pretty sure that's 41 yards less.
Wow.
28 total touchdowns. That's the same. 6 interceptions. That's 6 less or 7 less than Jimmy G, but his passer rating was only 96. He had a 6-point lower passer rating. So if you think Derek's season in 2016 was good enough to win MVP or at least have votes out there, certainly good enough to take a team to a Super Bowl, well, then Jimmy G's best season could do the same thing.
Sure.
They're the same guy statistically. I know they're not the same quarterback, and save me those tweets.
Right.
Or the X's or the posts or whatever the hell they call them.
Right.
But it's the same thing.
Right.
Context, people.
There you go.
All right. Get
There
us
you
out
go.
of here, Jeff. Shout us out. Tell them what's going on, and then I gotta go take a break.
Okay, you go take a break. Are we going to see fans after this?
Sure.
Okay. Well, then, hey, before you do that, before you get up,
okay,
because I need to talk to you about something. So we've got a ton of people that have donated. I don't even know where we were at.
I've got more notes too, by the way. We could do. I'm not going to do it, but we could go longer.
I mean, if you want to, we can.
Yeah.
I might pick out one more of these.
Yeah,
stories.
you pick out one more thing. Raider Worm, $10 donation. Raider Den, $50 donation. Raider Jengalang, $10. I love that. $10 donation. Kevin the Raider Nerd, $20 donation.
Thank you.
Pineapple, $20 donation. Ty Davis, $50 donation.
Ty.
Raphael in the chat says, "Hello, folks. Today's my birthday," with a $1.99 donation.
Hey,
Happy
thank you, Raphael.
birthday.
Hey, we are $250 away from a record.
Oh, let's go, guys.
From a One Nation Foundation donation, Raiders Fan Radio Night record. So get in the mix, man. If you haven't done so yet, if you want a chance to win that signed Bo Jackson jersey, get in the mix, man, because tonight is a special night. But you brought up Derek and you brought up Jimmy. Right? You know, this is going to be something that we're going to talk about all year long.
Yeah.
So why not just talk about it?
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
again, I bring them up all the time. That's what Silver Block today. I say that.
Absolutely. So everyone freaked out, right? Jimmy Garoppolo threw like 7 interceptions the other day at practice, right?
That's all he does. He just
he only throws interceptions at
he
training
does.
camp. That's all he does, and then he goes on to the Super Bowl. I mean, it's no big deal. Whatever. But so your boy Q. Shout out to Q and the Raider Nation Radio. He actually talked about this on his show. I don't know if you heard about this. Did you talk about that where he was talking about everyone freaking out about this, but then
I heard it. I haven't talked about it.
But Derek apparently the defense was told, ease up on Derek Carr, don't intercept it. Yeah. Don't intercept it because Derek needs his confidence, right? If you're at training camp and you think you got the ball, maybe just tap it away instead of picking it off. Because Derek he needs to be built up, stuff like that. Well, now Jimmy Garoppolo is getting picked off 7 times during practice. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are going to say that that's bad. Jimmy, what are you doing? I look at that the opposite way. I look at that as, let's go defense.
Defense is killing
Let's go defense. You know what I mean? Because now the defense isn't being told, don't make plays. Like they were with Derek, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So can one argue? Everyone talked about, well, if Derek Carr had a defense, then he would be better. Mm. Well, the defense was told not to make plays during practice. And practice makes perfect, right?
Yeah, it's a fair point.
The practice goes into gameplay, right? So can one argue that Derek Carr is the reason that our defense was so bad? All right, Carr lovers. I got one for you. You're going to hate me for this. Derek Carr might have been the reason that our defense was shit for the last however long.
Because they were taught if you're holding back in practice, you're going to hold back.
If you're holding back during practice, because practice makes perfect. You know,
that'll get in your head.
It gets in your head. You're practicing a certain way. You're going to play in a certain way. And turnovers were a major problem for our Oakland/Las Vegas Raiders for in the last 9 seasons. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
I think he's knocking dust off too. I mean, it's been a minute, you know, and this is new. These are new people. He's got timing. He's got to link up with I think there's just. It's practice.
But I'm fired up. But
the defense got me fired up. It does make me think the defense
for him. I know that he played in it when he was in New England, but it's still a new system. He's been Kyle Shanahan's system the whole time he's in San Francisco. So he's still got to get re-familiar with it. And I don't know, as far as like that theory, Jeff. I mean, I feel like it's just a little bit of a stretch. But I hear you though. Is that
it's his fault? All his fault.
Well, I mean, I get the idea, the sentiment behind it, that there's repetition involved. And I mean, I think that there's enough of a track record of crappy defensive play in terms of lack of turnovers. And that's really the thing. If I were to be critical of anything around Derek and where I think it will be different for Jimmy G. So let's keep it in the spirit of celebrating or lifting up Jimmy and not just bashing Derek because I don't want.
Oh, well, yeah. Well,
let me finish.
Okay.
Hold up. Let me cook. All right. So to keep it in that spirit is that one of the reasons or one of the things that contributed against the Raiders having challenges on defense was our inability to stay on the field. And so when you look at even last year, when we jumped out to those big leads, well, then we would have like 10 plays in the second half, convert, maybe 1 first down, score no points, turn the ball over, whatever. Like we were in a position to where whether you want to say it's Derek or you want to say it's the offense, regardless of the reasoning, that's what was happening. And it was putting the defense into tough positions to defend short fields, to be out there for a long time. Those are the things that where I think Derek's lack of command of the offense and from what we've heard, lack of buy-in and, checking out of certain plays that they didn't want him checking out of, whatever. Those things happening, I think that's what formed the bad day. I don't think that necessarily the lack of production on the defense and practices per se, but I think that that's what he did to really contribute because I mean, look, football is the ultimate complementary sport, man.
Yes.
One complements the other. And I think also too that you can be efficient as hell between the 20s or you can be efficient as hell in certain times of the game, but what's the context of your turnovers too? And that was the other thing that I'm not bashing Derek. This is the reality of it. The times he did turn the ball over were the least opportune times.
Yeah. Right.
It was on when we needed a big third down conversion or we were driving for a game-winning score or for you know what I mean? Those were the times that the turnovers happened. And speaking of Marcus Peters, again, Monday night, John Gruden's debut at the Oakland Coliseum of last time I sat in the black hole, and he freaking throws a lazy pass to Marcus Peters who grabs his junk on his way into the end zone.
Right.
When they were driving to freaking put the game back in and at least make it competitive again. Those are the times that those turnovers happen, and that's the things I think that are ultimately detrimental. All that said, less about Derek, more about Jimmy. That's not Jimmy Garoppolo's story.
No.
He's going to convert on third down. His third down conversion percentage is way higher.
Right.
His completion percentage in the red zone is way higher.
Right.
By a mile.
Well, and 30 minutes ago, I got a notification on ESPN that says Jimmy Garoppolo looks sharp. He consistently connected with Hunter Renfrow and didn't throw in a pick this entire practice.
Oh, nice.
So, you know what I mean? Iron sharpens iron. And, if the defense has a good day, okay, cool. Jimmy Garoppolo comes in with a chip on his shoulder the next day of practice and he balls out and he does the right thing. So, so I'm all about it.
Absolutely.
I'm excited to see the red zone efficiency kick up. That's really my only.
Huge.
And I think because that was Derek's, that seemed like his Achilles. It was rough every time. And so
he's got a 10% completion percentage.
Yeah, it's painful. In fact, every time they got close to the red zone, in my mind, I'm like, well, that ain't gonna happen. And then it didn't, so I'm excited to see that production increase. I think it's gonna be good.
Absolutely. It was, I'm sorry, I messed it up. Derek has a 30% completion percentage inside the 10-yard line. Yeah. Jimmy Garoppolo has a 78 or something crazy like that. Tyrone Gray's in the chat room there. Tyrone says, let's let the coaches or the coaching off the hook. Listen again. I don't want to I don't even like talking about the guy anymore, but we gotta because it's the most recent thing, and it was our 9-year reference.
It is.
We heard from very reputable sources from people on the field during last year's season that Derek was making checks out of the plays that were called in based on what he was reading as far as what the defenses were presenting. He was interpreting it as heat coming from one particular place to the other, would check into blocking to that side, or even worse, and this is the thing that really cost them a lot on some of these conversions, would check into run plays because he was afraid of the heat that was going to come down on him quickly. Instead of getting out of it and finding a passing lane to deal with the blitz, instead of finding the man-on-man or whatever, you know what I mean? Instead of finding that, instead he was checking into runs, and you got running backs getting blown up 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and they didn't like it.
Yeah.
Well, that's not Josh McDaniels' fault because he didn't call that. That's Derek's responsibility to do that. So I'm just going to submit to you this, and I'm not absolving the coaches or anybody else. Everyone was responsible for 6 wins last year. So this is not me telling you that, oh no, McDaniels is a genius and whatever. That's not what I'm telling you. But I am telling you that we know for a fact that there were certain plays and scenarios that were called in that the offense was taken out of, and those other teammates on the field were not happy about it. So that doesn't land squarely on coaching. That lands on coaching. That lands on the player. That lands on the people that were involved in that. And, look, like it or not, Derek Carr's the one that's making the calls. So anyways, Raider Ruin there says, careful, Murf. There are plenty that still feel Carr can do no wrong there. That's
go to the Saints. Go follow Carr. Be a Carr fan. It's okay.
It's okay. I mean, whatever.
No one's going to judge you, maybe a little. But, I mean, it's cool.
I was always curious, and then really take us out of this because I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
It's always really curious to me because I always think look, I was his biggest fan. He was our quarterback.
Oh, same.
I'm going to be whoever is the quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders is my favorite quarterback.
That's right.
We were ride or die for Derek. I don't think there's anything wrong with, again, not prior to, but when things happen, to hold at least our opinion as fans, that player accountable. Well, for the folks that are just, all about DC and nothing else, at what point do you hold them accountable? Like, at what point is it his responsibility? At what point should you? Like, if nothing has ever been his fault, well then, you know what I mean? Like,
those people won't hold him accountable till he holds himself accountable.
Oh, there you go.
So
that's a fantastic point, Michelle.
They won't until he doesn't really take not much accountability. So I don't think those people will until he does. I don't think he will.
That's an incredible point.
Yep.
Incredible point. Double Nine is in our chat room.
Yeah.
Double Nine is our, speaking of the Niners.
Sure.
He's our Niners insider.
Oh, yeah.
And he made a great point.
He says, do I need to give you my Jimmy G stat breakdown that basically disapproves every, quote, Jimmy G was carried argument? I'll hook you up. Yes, please, Double Nine.
Yes, please, yeah. Show
man. Yeah, absolutely. Show at RaidersFanRadio.com or throw it in a chat or whatever, man. We love that stuff, and we love our insider there, Double Nine with the Niners organization. All right, somebody cut me off before I start rambling anymore. Let's go see it, fans.
Patrick Claybon with NFL Network here. Hey folks, I know 3 things you might like. Do you like football? Do you like the Las Vegas Raiders? Do you like listening to things? I'll add a 4th. Do you like swag? Well, here we got Swag Jeff, Murf, Uncle Mosh. This is Raiders Fan Radio.
Hey, so before we jump into Sea of Fans, I want to highlight a couple other people in the chat. Edgar V with a $10 donation, and Just Win Wendy with a $20 donation as well. So much respect to the two of you guys. And we are just shy of $1,300, Michelle, for the One Nation Foundation tonight. So so our like we said at here a little bit ago, if you tuned in late, our goal is $1,500 as like a show night
goal. Okay.
So we've We've got like $220 left for an actual record. So if you tuned in late, we are raffling off this signed Bo Jackson jersey. All going, yeah. Oh my gosh, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's my favorite thing we've ever given away, and it's all going to the One Nation Foundation. So every donation, and not all the proceeds, all the money in general is going to the One Nation Foundation. So if you tuned in late, every $10 donation via Super Chat, via PayPal. If you do it PayPal via our onenationfoundation.net, make sure you hit us up in the chat and let us know that you did that, so I can count those donations as well. But yeah, every $10 donation, no limit, gets you into the running to win this. We have 32 people that have donated tonight, which is just absolutely incredible. I think that alone might be a record as well. So get in the mix if you haven't done so yet. But without further ado, more of you and less of us is a good thing. So let's hit the Sea of Fans mailbag.
There he is, fading, looking. He's under the gun. He's tied, he throws. It is.
And Yoshi says, get ready to color those beards, guys. So we said if we set a record tonight, you and I for our next live show would do the Michelle look with our pink beards.
The pink beards, okay.
So okay.
Deal. Also, too, on a shout out, just when Wendy in there says Michelle needs to be named on that promo. Wendy, we are with you, and we've got because we got all of our promos that are dated, and we want to definitely get Michelle in there with some new ones. In fact, I would love to hit up Scott and Mo. Would be great to get promos from those guys.
Yep.
We'll maybe even get some this weekend from Raider Dad. We need to get our boy Comp to do one.
Yep.
So we will definitely have some new promos in there and get Michelle in the mix.
Thanks, Wendy.
I know, right? But that said, the first one that we've gotten since Michelle's joined the show, you got freaking Mike Garofalo on the front, man.
Oh my gosh, that's
giving me props on my hair color and everything.
Yes.
Yeah, that was cool. That's a good first one.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Absolutely. So appreciate you guys very, very much. Appreciate all that money coming in. All right, so we are in the Sea of Fans mailbag. This is where we hear from you, because more of you and less of us is a good thing.
100%.
And so we appreciate you. Scott in there says you got it. That's awesome. Anyways, more of you and less of us is a good thing. So you can contact us a multitude of ways. You can join the chat room at youtube.com/Raiders Fan Radio. That is every Wednesday night at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 Eastern. You can call the show at 909-345-3346. That's 909-345-3346. Or you can email the show. All right, now, for those of you that are...
we have an email?
We got 2 emails.
We have 2 emails?
No, I mean like we had an email address.
Oh, yeah, we got an email address. That's how.
So people can hit us up via the email.
So that's how we get the emails.
Oh, we do?
Yeah,
okay.
They use the address, and then...
I don't know if I know that. What is it?
So let me give it to you.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Kill Jadis needs his pen. Hold on.
Get
his pen.
Or do like Mosh says and get a knife and carve it into your dashboard.
Carve it into your dashboard as you're driving down the highway.
Has anybody ever carved a note into their driveway? Or into their dashboard?
Into their driveway?
I have not.
Well, I don't know, but you can do that too. But
I guess you can do it.
All right, listen, Miss Ebony Graves has got it.
There she goes.
So
there
it's
we
S.
go.
S-H?
No, just S.
Oh, okay.
Then H.
Uh-huh.
And O.
Uh-huh.
Then W.
Oh, W. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Paul's using his new swan feather.
Oh, nice.
Dude,
nice.
Fancy.
Kids call that a quill.
Okay.
So it's S-H-O-W. I love it how everybody now
Yes,
spell it
yeah.
out.
Oh my gosh,
Thank
everybody.
you all. Gosh.
Oh, and Kill Jadis. It's not 2 U's. It's
it's
W. Not the double U's.
Not twin U.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a W. Yeah.
Honest mistake.
Yeah, so show at RaidersFanRadio.com. And if you email us an indefinite amount of times, you can become a made man or a made woman. Or if you call the show and we get your message played more than 3 times, you can become a made man or made woman. It's been a hot minute since we've had a made person.
Yeah, it has.
We need to get some new made people in here.
We need some made women in here. Guys, in the chat,
was Ebony the last made woman?
I think Ebony was the last made woman.
I think so too.
I think so.
I don't know. We haven't done the maid list in a while. We might need to do that. Yeah, absolutely. So get those things in here. We appreciate the emails and the phone calls. And so Michelle is going to read the emails. And who do we have tonight?
So we have a Danish Raiders fan.
Oh, nice. We have a new. This is a new emailer.
This is a new, right?
We
this
love
is a
it when we
first.
hear new folks. Yeah.
All right. Ready? Hi, guys. Thanks for a great show. I have listened to the show since the start of the season and find your show very interesting, and there is always great debates.
Oh.
I am a Danish Raiders fan, and I have been a Raiders fan since 2001 when TV2 Zulu in Denmark started showing games on Sundays, and I had previously gotten a Raiders jacket. I did not know anything about the NFL or football, but since I had a Raiders jacket, they became my team.
Nice.
Yeah. So I had 2 years with playoffs and a Super Bowl, and then it has just been hardship being a Raiders fan. Oh, I feel you. I have been to the Oakland Coliseum in 2015 and was at the game where AP murdered us 30-14. I was in London in 2014 to see Dennis Allen shit the bed and lose 38-14 to the Dolphins. I watched the game at the stadium with my little brother. He's a Dolphins fan, so that was a treat. And one of the many kicks to the nuts the Raiders have given me through the years. Yeah.
This guy's definitely a Raider fan.
He's a Raiders fan.
Yeah, right.
I love when you guys help us fans, and especially younger fans, remembering the history of the Raiders. It is important to remember that we always hate the Chargers, and their former owner did to us during the trail to move to L.A. Pete Rozelle, the man that stacked
This guy knows the stuff.
Yeah, he does. The man that stacked the deck against us through his whole life, and so many more feuds. Thank you for also remembering the players that sometimes get forgotten. I have been a Raiders fan since 2000, so I got a couple of great years before it has been crap for 20 years. But during my time as a fan, I have always thought we could win the Super Bowl every year, even though we had quarterbacks such as Brooks, Walter, and so on. I remember believing Lamont Jordan, Justin Fargas, and Run DMC could bring us to the promised land with the help of Moss, even though he quit on the team and did not give us his he did. And flopped with us on purpose so he could go cheap and play with Brady and the Patriots. I really hate the Patriots. Javon Walker, Jerry Porter. When Carr came along, I thought that we finally had our Brady Manning and so on. A quarterback that we could count on for 10 to 17 years that would break records and give us memories from the playoffs. That did not happen, unfortunately, and I now root for yet another new head coach, as I did for Shell, Cabell, at Kiffin. I hope you enjoyed the money you stole by giving up on day one. A-hole. Turner and all the rest. So again, thank you for a great show, and I hope that I someday can take my 2 children with me to see the Raiders either in Europe or Las Vegas. Keep up the great work. Always hate the Steelers, Kansas City, the Chargers, and the Donkeys, and always root for all the Raiders, past and current, except for AB. He is legit the only Raiders player I will never, ever forgive for what he did. By calling Mayhawk a cracker and the bailing on the team and putting himself above the team. All the best to you all the way from Denmark, Soren. And then, his name's Soren Nikolai Tordenskjold Andersen. Sorry if I butchered that. Apologies.
That is awesome.
That's a great email.
Fantastic email. That is great. Good to hear from you. And you know, and like there are so many amazing members of Raider Nation. This thing truly is global, and he knows his stuff.
Yeah,
I love it, man.
That's a great
he really
email.
knows
great
his stuff.
First email out the gate. Good
Absolutely.
one. Yeah.
So I hope you can bring your kids out to a Raider game too in Vegas, and hopefully we get that would be someone
cool
I would
meet
love to meet. Yeah, right on. Yeah.
Jeff, did you want to? Is there people that donated, or do you want me to keep going?
Oh, you keep going. I need a minute.
Oh, you need a minute. Okay, okay.
That's a good problem.
That's good. That's a good problem.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. This is Paul.
Paul?
Greetings, everyone. Hope you are well. Just a few things to go over this week. The biggest disappointment to me over the last couple of seasons isn't the owner, GMs, coaches, players, or season records. It's the divide within Raider Nation. It's something I never imagined could happen. Same.
Yeah, right.
We continued to be treated by mainstream media as if we are irrelevant as an organization and an inconvenience to the NFL. Then those same scribes spend most of their time making up dumb shit stories about us. Indeed, the likes of Mike Florio has managed to turn hating the Raiders and being stupid into an art form. If it isn't a Davante Adams is unhappy in Vegas story, it's Josh Jacobs could become a Chief or a Bronco. We could be used to it, and it's never going to stop, but we used to be able to fight back as a unit. It was us against the world. Sadly now, too much time is taken up with infighting from every story that arises. Another such story that emerged this week is John Gruden's allegedly telling players not to intercept Derek Carr during practice so his confidence wouldn't be damaged. I have no idea whether there's merit to this, and I would hope for Derek's sake that it's BS. It wouldn't surprise me if Gruden did say it, but I don't know the facts. I put it down to another story fabricated to drive Raider Nation apart. And while things like this are being put out there, there's little to no chance of healing the current divide. Constructive debate, constructive criticism, and context are important when it comes to the media. And now that social media is so big to all of us involved, however, nobody will admit that they were wrong anymore, or they may have changed an opinion on something because of a well-written article or comment on a show. You can't even have lighthearted banter with some people because they have outrage as a default setting. I freely admit I've mellowed towards Coach McDaniels, and I'm being more patient, in the short term at least, and that's because of listening to others' opinions and putting things in context. I urge others to think about what has been written or said, look at the context, not just the headline, digest it for a while, then comment in the right way. If you don't, it's going to be intolerable, and you might just fall into the category of it's better to keep your mouth closed and let people think you are a fool than to open it and remove all doubt. There is no need for abuse unless it's directed at the Chiefs, Phillip Rivers, Mike Florio, or Gene Steratore. Then knock yourself out. Finally, I have a new hero.
Finally.
Yeah, finally. Finally, I have a new hero. Shout out to Marcus Peters' dad, who refused to wear any of his son's jerseys until he joined the Raiders. Now he has one and can wear it with pride. And it was great to see caller Greg from Tennessee on RFR Live
Hey, we should have made him tonight.
Oh, dang. I guess we're out of time, though.
We got to give away that jersey.
Bummer.
We're running along. Yeah.
It would be great if he could become a made man this week. If you've got time, that is.
Nah, sorry, Paul. We can't get to it.
Stay safe, RFR family. Love you, Raider Nation. His Lordship, the Royal Scribe, Paul Edgerton, Shropshire, Mississippi. Polly Award winner 2019 2022. Foggy Glasses Award winner 2020. BRT Sizzler scorekeeper. Proud made man. Five time times 2 plus 1. Winner of the Raiders Fan Radio BRT Sizzler Award.
Hey, Paul!
Paul, your name Paul?
Hello?
Paul.
Hello?
Paul.
I
met him with Paul. Who? Paul.
Paul, yes, Paul.
Paul's not here. Hey, Paul. Paul.
Hi.
I'm Paul.
Oh man, that is awesome. Good stuff there, Paul. And I'm with you, brother.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate the amount of infighting and everything that there is, and I think it's also too. It's just a kind of the way not the political, but the way that the social media landscape is when it comes to politics and everything else. It's like it's becoming an all or nothing, and only Sith deal in absolute. So I'm with you on that. But I will tell you this, something I think is very, very cool. So as you're reading Paul's email, so here we are in Tennessee. Michelle and I are originally from California. Jeff, you spent some time early on in your life in California. But here we are. We live just outside of Nashville. You're reading an email from a guy in England. It's after you just read an email from a guy in, where was it, Denmark?
I think so, yeah.
Right? Okay. Then in the chat room, there's a guy from Mississippi commenting on how he's how Paul is he's the royal scribe. And then another guy comments about Paul, the grumpy Raider fan who's killed Jadis, who's in Alaska.
That's right.
This is one of my favorite things about our show is about we have people literally from all over the world checking in to a dopey ass Raiders show.
Yeah.
Coming from Tennessee.
Raider Root says he's watching the show cooking tacos in Utah.
Yeah.
Utah.
Exactly. Nice.
Love it, Raider Root.
Love it.
That
I
is
love it.
so
Yeah.
freaking cool. And by the way, the team plays in Las Vegas.
In Las Vegas.
Where none of us live.
Yeah.
None of us
You know
live
what
there.
I'm saying?
None of us live there.
It's freaking awesome, man.
yeah.
I love it. I love it. So anyways, appreciate you all so very, very much. Appreciate Paul. Excellent sentiment there, my friend. Yoshi says he's in Minnesota. That is so cool, man. That
really is my favorite thing. And we kind of got to see it live a little bit at the Titans Raider game this past season, because we got to see people come from all over here for the game, and we got to and that's one of the main reasons why you're on the show. We got to see you run Raiders Fan Radio during that night we were all here hanging out. Like we were like, oh my gosh, Michelle, she can do this shit. Like we need to have her in all the time. You know what I mean? But like there was people from all over. Like you said, the
Tyrone and Ebony,
Graves were here, and Tyler Raider was here, and Raider Ramon was here,
Jimmy
and
Zebach.
Jimmy Zebach, and like all these people,
in
and
Pennsylvania.
You know, Fabricator Gill was here. All this
pineapple
and pineapples out there in Hawaii. And stuff.
And hey, and I don't know if you're what part of
I was
Hawaii,
gonna
but
ask.
wow, scary stuff going on out there in Maui.
Yeah.
Oh, for real? I haven't heard that. I'm sorry.
It's a lot of it's on fire.
Yeah.
Like it's a
Oh, no.
very scary situation out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh well.
And so
thoughts and prayers to you, Pineapple.
Absolutely. Look at Raider Craig is in Tampa.
Oh, dang.
Rico is in Minnesota. This is, I mean, Kevin, whose wife is in Australia, lives in or from Australia. They live in Southern California now. He says he's going to be watching from the UK next month. Man, I'm telling.
Wow.
Double Nine, our Niners insider says I'm playing Baldur's Gate. Shout out the nerds. I'm playing Baldur's Gate outside Levi Stadium.
Well, there you go.
No, Wowza's Kansas.
Who's in Kansas? Wowza's in Kansas.
Yeah.
Just when Wendy's in Santa Rosa.
Oh, dang.
Raider Jangalang is in Florida.
Yep. Sunner River is in Spain.
Oh,
Come on.
Wow.
Come on.
That's
Come on.
incredible.
Vicky Everett's in there. She's in Reno. She may be the closest the closest to the team than any of us.
Right? Yeah.
Ron, of course, is in Ohio. Edgar V's
California.
Cali.
Man, so cool. Raider Worm in Sacramento.
Yep.
Great stuff there. Appreciate you all so very much.
Really cool.
Appreciate you, sharing your time with us here and talk a little bit of Raider football. All right, so they're perfect little segue here.
Absolutely.
Gianluca was in Italy.
Oh,
well, guess what? We got another Italian on the line. He lives in the Canary Islands, which is off the coast of Spain,
right
in between Morocco and Spain. He is our good friend. He calls himself, of course, he's the Italian-born, but he is the Raider-born Rico.
Right.
Okay. Oh, so there we go. I'm just warning everybody.
Better.
Is there a dimmer in the dining room?
If you got lights,
they need to know.
Yeah, if you got lights, turn them down. If you got candles, light them. If you got aromatherapy,
He's probably already playing the music.
What did I say?
Don't worry about that.
If you got a shirt, lose it.
If you got
just
pants,
pop that shit off.
Yeah. If you got pants,
loosen them.
If
get near a fire, pitch up that tin. Nasty ass.
We always just one.
We gotta go over the edge
We can't help it.
Someone's got to toe
One
over.
vibrators in the chat.
Really
she
went
going
one too
for
far.
it.
Yeah,
That's my
she
girl. Going for it.
That's my girl.
Moist alert. Jeez.
Wow.
Well, at least we're all on the same page.
Oh
so
my gosh.
Mr. Studio Girl right there, bro.
I know, right?
Damn.
Rico's dad in Middle
she knows
Tennessee.
what's up.
All right. Love you, baby. All right, here we go. Let's check in. Now I'm scared to check in with Rico, man.
Oh, same.
Val, are you going to be there when I get home, baby? All right, here we go. Raider Boy Rico.
Hey, guys. Raider Boy Rico here. So, the heat is on. We're about to see some football, and like every year, we put ourselves, fans, in a dramatic spot without a real drama happening. Let me tell you this. I can give a damn if someone want to hold out or not gonna play for us. That's for the drama queens. People that counts are the ones that are sitting next to you at the end of the day. They take a hit for you. They there for everything you need. So if a 25 years old kid is not satisfied with his life, I can't give two shits. Bye-bye. I see you when you finish the entire season of the Care Bears, kiddo. Because if I had a vibe, and every summer I go a different vibe about the training camps, it's the vibe of the old school Raiders. And the old school Raiders are a bunch of badasses ready to get to work.
Let's go.
Ready to compete. Plus, technically speaking, I don't know if you notice, Nation, we're not focusing this year on a specific position, like the one of the running back, for example. First, because more people can do this kind of workload. Second, because we got a bunch of wide receiver and tight ends with a certain pedigree. Third, because we get rid of the weakest link and get a quarterback that can throw in different directions. So wake up. Take any kind of diva problems away and bring back the rivalry, because we have all the tools for it. The Muppets, They're the Muppets. We know who they are. Miss Piggy, Kermit, Gonzo, they're ridiculous, but they are the one to beat. The other team, the irrelevant team, overrated every year. With the quarterback to wait more and more every year. And now, finally, we have the Donkeys. With one of the most sorry-ass, preppy, trashy quarterback coach duo ever. Those two guys are unsmokable scumbags, let me tell you. So Raider Nation, forget about a bunch of kids getting greedy. Forget about whiners that plays for other teams. Focus on yourself and bring back the hate. With all that say,
let's go.
I love you all. Go Raiders. And I'm out. Cheers to all of you.
Salud! Wow. Cheers to you, Raider Boy Rico.
I heard that.
Dude. Legend.
Yeah.
Legend.
Legend right there. From friggin' I love Rico's sentiment, and it's again, I'm gonna save the soapbox, but I'll say it like this. And again, it's not to disparage anyone. It's very interesting to me how folks that are overseas aren't even in the same continent can get what it is to be a Raider. Right. More so than a lot of us that are here and attend games. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that's some real Raider shit right there from Raider Born Rico. We heard it. We heard it from our emailer. Like it's incredible. And again, that's not like I'm not ranking people. It's not about disparaging someone else. I'm just saying that I love that like that's how powerful this Raider shit is, that it can that messaging pre-internet, like guys like Paul and all, their Raider fandom was formed long before.
Right.
You know what I mean? Homeboy's freaking fandom was formed because he owned a Raider jacket.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's some cool shit, man.
Yeah.
His fandom ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I love that stuff, man. So I can't thank you enough. And again,
outstanding.
Hats off, man, and much respect to all of you.
Outstanding.
What a great sea of fans tonight.
Yeah,
great sea of fans, man. Yeah, so much respect to our emailers, Soren, and of course Paul and Rico, man. Just absolutely bringing the fire. I mean, and there's no other choice. So the winner of tonight's BRT Raiders Fan Radio Sizzler Award, it's Rico.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sizzler.
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 We are Metallica and we are here for your Oakland Raiders!
You know why we out here, and we ain't playing around today.
From The Walking Dead to errant Jedi Knights, Raiders fans are a rogues gallery.
Rico.
Miss Ebony in there with a $5 donation says, and ring her up another $5 coming from me to get her rounded up.
Already got it.
Thank you. It says, get to listen to Rico while Tyrone is on vacation. Ain't life grand. Lighting candles, pouring cognac, and dimming the lights.
Yeah. Well, I saw Tyrone post the same thing. On vacation, listening to Rico with the candles lit.
That's awesome.
No, he didn't. That was a joke.
But he did say he feels his chest hair growing whenever Rico speaks.
That is true.
So, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Absolutely.
CPA Joel there says AJ's about to divorce him.
Yeah, right? Holy cow.
Raider Roo says once again the RFR Panty Dropper Award goes to Raider Boy. Oh my
Every
gosh.
year.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. So appreciate you also very, very much. Appreciate these amazing donations that have come in tonight.
It's unbelievable.
And so y'all, I think it's time. Let's go ahead and freaking give away that Bo
Let's
Jackson.
go ahead and do it, man. Yeah.
Give us any late updates there, Swaggo.
Well, okay, I will.
Okay,
I will absolutely. So we did it big for the One Nation Foundation.
No, we didn't. Are we gonna have pink beards next week?
Yeah.
No way!
Yep, we sure do because I'll break it down and I'll tell you who the real MVPs of the night were for sure.
Gosh.
But tonight for the One Nation Foundation via this signed Bo Jackson jersey, the One Nation Foundation was able to raise $1,630 tonight. Yep.
my God.
Unbelievable.
Oh my
Unbelievable.
gosh.
All
That's
right.
freaking insane.
Yep, absolutely.
Gosh, bless it. Thank you guys.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Yep. So,
Wow.
yep. So we're gonna break this down right here. So, with a $10 donation, Oscar Delgado, Trinidad, $60 donation. Let's see, James Williams, $30 donation. Let's see, Daniel Mangus, $10 donation. Raquel Mostway, $10 donation. Ian Thompson, $20 donation. Scotland's own David Love, $10 donation. Let's see. Hold on, I gotta move this shit out of the way. Let's see. Number 9, Raider Mania. And okay, Ty Davis with a late injury, just like he did last time. Yeah. So we're at an even 1650.
Hey. Thank you, Ty Davis. There's one more for y'all. Let's effing go.
Yep, absolutely.
Let's effing go indeed, my friend.
Absolutely, man. So thank everybody again there, Murph, while I write these two down.
Yeah, thank you, Ty Davis. we can't thank you guys enough for everything that you do for the One Nation Foundation. And as I mentioned a little bit ago, 100% of your money is going to go to Raiders-related charities. I'll tell you this while Jeff's counting that up. So we gave $2,000 away to the Raider Dad folks this year to help support the event that's coming up on Sunday. And we are now, especially after tonight, we are dangerously close to attaining our goal for the Bolitnikovs, which I was skeptical for a minute if we were going to hit it. But this gets us dangerously close to hitting $15,000 for the freaking Bolitnikovs.
Let's go, baby.
You guys.
Let's go.
That is absolutely insane. And we could not be more proud to present that check to the Bolitnikovs on behalf of you, Raider Nation. You are so kind, and I cannot thank you enough. That is absolutely amazing.
Absolutely. So, Hooligan Nation, $10 donation.
Thank you, Hooligan.
Yoshi, $40 donation.
Thank you, Yosh.
Sun or River, $20 donation.
From Spain. Thank you.
From Spain. Yep. Ebony Graves, $30 donation.
Thank you, Miss Ebony.
Tyrone Graves, $10 donation.
Thank you, Tyrone.
Kill Jadis, #OneShipGang, $10 donation.
Thank you, Kill Jadis.
Yep. Let's see. John Ogle, $20 donation.
Thank you, John Ogle.
Ty to Raider, $30 donation.
Thank you, Ty. We'll see you next week.
Let's see.
Or this week.
Jimmy Zebach, $20 donation.
Jimmy Zebach. Buy Jimmy shirts at our website.
Yeah. Let's see. Raider Craig, $10 donation.
Thank you, Craig.
Silver and Black Today, $10 donation.
Thank you, Scott.
Lee B, $40 donation.
Thank you, Lee B.
Raider Worm, $10 donation.
Thank you, Worm. Big Worm.
Raider Den, $50 donation.
Thank you, Raider Den.
Yep. Raider Jangalang, $10 donation.
Thank you, Raider
That's
Jangalang.
my favorite name ever. Let's see. Kevin the Raider Nerd, $20 donation.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yep. Let's see. Pineapple, $20 donation.
Thank you, Pineapple.
Yep. Edgar V, $10 donation.
Thank you, Edgar V.
Just Win Wendy, $20 donation.
Thank you, Wendy. We'll probably see Wendy this weekend, too.
I hope so. Ron the Materator, $10 donation.
Thank you, Ron.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Now the big boys.
Oh, here we go. They got big stacks of chips.
Jerome Clemens, $100 donation.
Thank you, Jerome.
Yep. Let's see. Ty Davis, $90 donation.
Hey, thank you, Ty Davis.
Yep. Big Shane.
Big Shane?
$200 donation.
Ooh, thank you, Big Shane.
Okay. Intel, $200 donation.
Thank you, Intel.
All right, now get ready for this, right?
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
Get ready for this. And I've been on my phone a little bit, and this is the reason why.
Okay.
CPA Joel.
Okay. Oh, my gosh. Holy crap. Are you serious?
$500 donation.
Holy shit.
CPA Joel, a $500 effing donation tonight. $500 donation from CPA Joel. Holy cow.
Wow.
Bringing us to a total. Now, that's 33 people that donated tonight.
Wow.
Right? Unbelievable.
Thank you, Joel.
Unbelievable.
Gosh, bless it.
CPA Joel, a $500 donation. Tonight's donation, 33 people, $1,650.
Oh, my gosh, guys.
All to the One Nation Foundation. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. This is set a record, and I mean, like almost on the verge of tears here, buddy. Like, I mean, this is real. Like, this is unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
All right, let's give this thing away. Let's
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, mix this shit up good, Michelle.
Sound like the
you mix it up here. Let me get in there.
We're gonna need
in there.
We're gonna need a bigger bag. Yeah.
All right.
What's that guy's name?
I do have a bigger bag.
No, there you do.
This is good.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yep. Giving it a good mix.
Insane.
All right.
Yeah, and we'll give away some shirts and other stuff. Hey, we've got
100%.
We got some other prizes too. So even if you don't win the jersey, we've got some other stuff for you. Wow,
okay. All right. Michelle is going in. She's got the chip. Okay. All
right.
She's got it in her hand.
All right. It's this camera right here.
What is it?
It's a number 8.
Number 8. That is Big Shane.
Oh,
Big Shane, congratulations, my friend. You have won the Bo Jackson jersey.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Big Shane.
Unbelievable.
Congratulations, Big Shane. All right, what are we doing
Absolutely.
here? We got a t-shirt?
Nope. We are doing
Wow. Thank you so much.
A brand new
here we go.
Raiders hat right here. It's a golfer hat. It's a
Is that Culture Kings?
No, it is not a cult. No, this is you can find this on Fanatics.
Oh, okay.
And yep, so we got this on Fanatics right here.
It's a new era.
It's a new era hat right here. It's a trucker hat. Yeah, absolutely. It's a golfer hat. Yep, get in the mix.
All right, there we go. Gosh, that's amazing, you guys. 21.
Number 21, that is Intel.
Hey,
Intel, congratulations, my friend.
Thank you, Intel. Thank you, Big Shane.
Intel, send us your information. Big Shane, I know I have yours. I've sent
we
stuff
got
to you
yours.
before. Yeah, we got you.
I think we got Intel, too.
Intel, but just in case
though, yeah.
Swag at Raiders Fan Radio, Murf at Raiders Fan Radio, any of that, hit us up. We'll send you that hat for sure.
Yeah.
All right, now let's do 2 shirts.
Okay, 2 shirts. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we raised $1,600. You guys are amazing.
Unbelievable.
26.
That is Raider Den.
Hey, Raider Den. Thank you, Raider Den.
Raider Den, send us your information, show at RaidersFanRadio.com with your shirt size and your address, and we will be hitting you up with a shirt.
Yes.
All right,
yes,
one more shirt.
One more shirt.
2 more shirts.
Two more. Yeah, record night. Let's go. Come on.
100%.
Yeah, let's crack the bank open here. All right.
Number 15.
15, all right.
That is Kill Jadis.
Oh, no.
The hashtag One Chip Gang. Kill Jadis, the grumpy ass Raider fan. Send us your shirt size and your address. I don't know. Has Kill Jadis ever won anything with that hashtag One Chip Gang?
I've never sent anything to Alaska.
Yeah. Hey, send us your shirt size and your address, Kill Jadis, and we will be sending you a shirt.
That's awesome. The One Chip Gang finally comes through. Finally.
Show at RaidersFanRadio.com.
All right, one more. Yeah, one more. Last one. Oh, that's great. That's funny. He's cracking up in the chat room. 19.
Number 19. That is CPA Joel.
I'll hand it to you next time we see you.
Yeah, right. And you know what? And for Joel, we're gonna do something special for you, bud.
We're
gonna hook you up with something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. And hey, one more. Let's do a Raider Dad patch.
Oh, okay. All right, one more. Man, giving away all the gear tonight.
Well, why not?
Heck, it's officially football season.
Number 11. That is Yoshi.
Hey, Yoshi.
Yoshi, send us your address. Show at RaidersFanRadio.com. And yeah, we will send you one of those Raider Dad patches to put on your jersey or whatever.
Awesome. Joel says a 6-pack of beer.
Buddy, I'll get you a case, pal.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh my gosh! Thank you guys so much, Raider Nation. Your generosity is off the freaking hook. And just with my little bit here before as we're signing off. Again, all this money is going to amazing charities like Raider Dad, like the Bolitnikoff Foundation, They are literally changing lives of little people, of kids, by connecting them with their parental figures, taking them to Raider games, and you're changing the lives of young women by offering safe spaces and counseling and rehabilitative services for these young women that are at risk of domestic violence and substance abuse. It is going to such amazing causes. I could not and we could not be more honored to be the vessel for your giving and to be the ones to share your generosity with those Raiders-related charities, and with the momentum that we've got going on, with everything that you guys did tonight, with the things that we've got going on with our corporate sponsors. We're going to take this thing to the next level as the One Nation Foundation continues to grow. We're going to keep reaching out to Raiders-related charities, and 100% of your money goes to them. We don't keep money back for our own tickets or travel or anything. 100% of your money goes. Not every charity can boast that.
Sure.
And that's something that, frankly, we're a little proud of and didn't really realize how unique that was until we had somebody tell us that that's the case. Someone that's very familiar with nonprofits go, I don't know if you guys realize, nonprofits don't do that. So anyway, so it's incredible what you're doing. Thank you so very, very much. We love you guys. Cannot wait to see you in Vegas this weekend. And freaking go Raiders and go Raider Nation, man. You are truly undefeated.
Yeah, hey guys, send me your address if you want one of these. Michelle at Raiders Fan Radio. I can get them in the mail. Now, next week I'll be at the beach all week, so give me a little bit of time. So
there you go. There you go. Yeah, so any of you guys that have the green mark in the chat right there, if you're a member of Raiders Fan Radio, hit us up, Michelle at RaidersFanRadio.com, and send her your address. You'll get one of those for sure. And thanks everyone for tuning in for another episode of Raiders Fan Radio, where we raise $1,650 for the One Nation Foundation.
We did.
And we also take a lighter side journey into the dark side. Don't forget, boys and girls, what happens in Vegas is started in Oakland.
Yeah.
And use United Rentals. Do that shit.
Oh, do that shit.
You know what I mean? Much respect.
Get out,
See you,
YouTube.
bye.
Love you guys.
Love you so much. Appreciate you.
See you Sunday.
Appreciate you.
See you Sunday.
Let's go beat the damn
that's
whiners,
right.
man. Let's
Do
go.
it.
Why not?